What's up, everybody? This is Johnny Basement, and we are back in the basement for another Yankee game. The Yankees have been rolling lately, putting up 20 runs on the Rays in 2 straight games to build the lead back up to 5.5 games, which is 100% necessary to prove that we are still the leader in this division. We have not fully blown the division. We have been moving forward with some positive play, positive bats, positive runs right off the bat. Let's keep this rolling right now. Let's keep it moving right through the Red Sox, who are in last place, 16 games behind us. They're 10 games out of the final wild card spot, so you might as well just forget about them. We have to beat them 2 games in a row here. We have to beat them 2 in a row. It's unacceptable. Last I saw, the Rays were beating the Jays 4-0. I'm sure that game's over by now. I had got a little distracted this afternoon with Robert Sala's ridiculousness and the statement that he made was just really crazy. But we'll get into that as the game goes on. You know, it is the basement. We'll get into that in a little while. But right now, we got the Yankees rolling, and we're going to be doing the same lineup that we've been seeing. By the way, if you're new in the basement, subscribe, bell notice, hit the like button. Keep this basement rolling toward 1,000 subs. We're more than halfway there. We're going to get there. That was the short-term goal when this channel got started, in the basement. And that's what we're going to keep continuing moving on to. So, boss has put out Nick Pivetta to start. We're leading off again, which I did criticize, and you guys know me by now in the basement. When I critique something, if it starts to turn out well, then I'll go for it. Aaron Judge is leading off again. I really didn't like that when I first saw it, but I got to admit, the top heavy part of the lineup has been working. Judge, then Stanton, then Torres, then Donaldson, then Oswaldo Cabrera's batting 5th. So we should be doing all right with that. With that setup. It's been working, man. We scored 20 runs in the last 2 games combined. So obviously we did have some productivity from the lineup being that way. I didn't expect it, but we got it. So, and again, the Red Sox have been extremely disappointing to their fans and their city. So we should really be able to come through here today and get a big positive win in Boston. It really shouldn't matter that it's in Boston at this point. Their team doesn't really care right now. And I guess the only thing really worth watching is a rivalry game between the Red Sox and the Yankees, and that's about it. Aaron Judge is coming up. 307, 55 home runs. We're hoping for 56 right off the bat here. Let's see what we got going on. And they're making a big deal. He's got 5 games in a row without a home run. He swung at the first pitch, but that went out of bounds, thank goodness. Out of bounds. Funny, I'm still in football talk. Boy, did Robert Sala really piss some people off today. Man, did he piss some people off today. You can't go at the fan base like that. You just can't do it. And he did. He went at the fan base. It just really interesting way to go. Man, oh man. I may be taking this jersey off. We lost air conditioning today. This jersey may come off. It's pretty warm down here. Lockport, what's going on, brother? Lockport in the basement. First cellar dweller accounted for. Lockport in the basement. What's going on, brother? How you been, man? Getting ready for the Bills-Titans next Monday night, right? Woof, man, it's warm down here. Hanging in there, brother. Hoping for a big Yankee win today, which we should get. We should get a big win today. The freaking Red Sox are a crap, garbage team this year, and we should be able to beat them. We really should. These 2 games are very important. The last I saw, Lockport, bro. Stop. You just interrupted my flow, man. Taking receipts. Did you see my video? Did you see my review of Robert Sala taking receipts? You see my review? I did a good review on taking receipts because I gave plenty of the receipts that I have as a fan. Nope, they don't. Not right now. Not after that first win, Gardini. Not after that first game. And you know what's funny about the game, the Jets? They had more yards on offense than Baltimore. They had more first downs in Baltimore, but couldn't get it done. And Robert Sala wants to come out and talk about taking receipts. Gardini, watch my review on taking receipts. I mean, I wasn't even going to trash the Jets this week. I really wasn't. I was going to let that go as a first game. They had to redo the offensive line. Zach again, I don't even know if Zach's a savior or not. I'm just saying you got a different quarterback in there, whatever. They had to revamp the whole offensive line for it. I was going to leave it alone is basically what I'm getting at, because the defense looked solid. The defense looked really good. DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner gave up nothing in the secondary, but I'm not going to give positives. Our coach said he's taking receipts on who isn't on board with the Jets or who's mocking the Jets. Watch it, Goodini, if you haven't watched it, because I really went in. Well-deserved. Well-deserved went in on Salah and them. I got plenty of receipts of all the lies and BS that has been thrown the Jets fan way. Now, when you when you look at the Giants, now that looks like a team that actually has a coach that has revamped the team. Yes, it's one game. They came back, though. They were down 13-0. Saquon Barkley went crazy in that game. Crazy. You want to talk about a line? The Giants line was as bad as the Jets. Got revamped, got some adjustments done to that line, and you know what happened? They looked like a real football team. Look at the way they were blocking. Look at all the holes that were open up for Barkley. Wasn't that incredible? That's what we want to see. You're going to come out and say you're taking receipts? Yeah, they did. That's what I'm talking about right now, Goodini. The Giants look like a team that has a coaching staff. That's what you're supposed to look like. I was saying even the Jet fans are looking at, let's have some better looking losses. Let's look like we actually want to compete. This guy's talking trash. Under Robert Saleh's watch, in 18 games that he has played, we have 9 double-digit losses. 9. Half the games he's coached, we've lost in double digits, and he's gonna talk trash. I swear to you, I was gonna leave the Jets alone this week. I really was gonna leave him alone, and he said that today, and I had to go in. Jets defense looks solid. Lamar Jackson only had 17 yards rushing. I have no problem with the Jets defense. None. The Jets defense looked outstanding, man. They really did. Their defense looked great. They're on the field the whole game. Yep, they sure did. The Giants looked great. Giants looked good, and they came back and won. Goodini, by the way, I did respond to your DM. I know it was way after the fact, but I'm not on Twitter that much, and I saw it, and I got to you. I'm assuming you already made it to the game by the time I saw it, man. Did you go to the game? Raleigh, what's going on? Our Marine representative in the basement. Another cellar dweller accounted for. Goodini accounted for. Lockport accounted for. 3 cellar dwellers already accounted for. Goodini, did you end up going to the Yankee game the other night? What a great game if you did. I got your thing. I looked at it way after the fact, but I did respond to it. You guys got to remember, I'm getting used to having Twitter and IG. I'm not used to looking. Look, if you guys message me and I don't message you back right away, don't take it personally. I'm not on it that often. I'm just getting used to even having it. So anybody, any one of you that messages me on Twitter or IG, if I don't get right back to you, it's not personal. It's just that I didn't look at it yet. That's all that means. I promise you. Well, this top-heavy lineup, medication. Welcome into the basement, man. Jets going to the Super Bowl. That's the kind of receipt that I want to see. Jets going to the Super Bowl. Let Robert Saleh rub that in our face, saying, see, I told you. I would love an I told you so like that. Let Robert Saleh go in, win a Super Bowl with the Jets, and then tell the fans and the critics, I told you so. I'll take that. Please tell us you told us so. Please tell us you told us so. Please. We'll put a freaking statue of Robert Saleh in front of MetLife if you can tell us I told you so and win a Super Bowl, man. Bring it. I'll take it. Yeah, I was watching the Giants game. After the second inning was a snooze fest. Post second inning, LOL. Yeah, dude, I know, because the Yankees scored all the runs right away. Like I said, I got to DM. You saw I responded. Like, anybody that messages me, again, I'm not used to having social media. So when I see these things, it's usually well after the fact. You guys got to, shoot. Hey, man, I sent you this on something. Let me know. And I promise you, I'll look it up and respond to it. I'm getting better, though. I'm getting better. Jets going to win the Super Bowl, baby. I'm telling you, that's the receipt I want. Because if you watch my review, I gave Salah just 1% of the amount of receipts I have for 4 decades plus. One receipt. I mean, 1% of receipts I have, 4 decades of crap. You want to compare receipts, Robert Saleh? I got them. I only gave you 1% of them. Broncos choked real hard against the Seahawks last night, Raleigh. Raleigh, yes. What was that, 2 fumbles on the goal line? Was that 2 fumbles on the goal line? 2. I believe it was 2 fumbles on the goal line. Really pathetic, man. Talk about blowing a game. Wow, they should have won that game. And what about Geno Smith looking like a real quarterback, huh? Geno Smith, by the way, is one of 2 of John Idzig's. Whoever doesn't know who that is, he was our general manager in 2013 and 14. He had 19 picks between the 2 seasons, and only 2 of those picks are still in the NFL. Only 2. Geno's one of them. Dakota Dozier's a lineman for the Bears now, I believe. He was a lineman for the Vikings. I think he's on the Bears. Well, anyway, those are the only 2 left. Turbo, another regular cellar dweller accounted for in the basement. And yes, Turbo, you are now considered a regular cellar dweller. You've been here for a couple of weeks and pretty religiously been in this room. So we are happy to have you back. And just got out of work and drinking a cold beer and watching the Yankees versus Sox till my Dodgers later. Well, there you go. Glad we could carry you over to your Dodgers later on, brother. Glad to see you in here, Turbo, as always, man. As much as I love the fire, Salah, he is on the hot seat with how Douglas has been building this roster, and we aren't seeing improvements. Gardini, you know what? 100%, because you won't hear me trash Joe Douglas. You won't hear me trash Joe Douglas. Joe Douglas said when he took over, give me 3 to 4 years. Jet fans don't want to hear be patient. Just that statement alone that Jet fans don't want to hear be patient means he understands the Jet fans. He understands that we've been patient forever. But he said 3 to 4 years, I'm going to gut the team, rebuild the team, and put a competitive team on the field. He's done that. He's rebuilt. The entire offensive line is all on him. Receivers all on him. Running backs, Carter, Brees Hall, on him. Zach Wilson is going to be on him. And the defense basically is on him. This is a very good team on paper. What if Sean Payton became available next year? Are you taking him for the coach of this Jets team? Watch where this team would go. Watch where this offense would go. So, and I do like Salah's passion. I don't even dislike Salah. I like his passion. I believe the guy's doing everything he can do. But I mean, 24-9, we're not even competitive. Our defense was competitive. Our defense was. Lamar Jackson could not do anything running the ball. Nothing. They did shut that down. They did. He only had 17 yards rushing, which is nothing for him. 0. DJ Reed, Sauce Gardner, shut down. They shut down for the game. It's the Jets' offense cannot get anything going. Boy, we're doing the Yankees, and I knew we'd be talking about the Jets. Isn't that funny? Raleigh, yeah, 2 goal line fumbles, then 2 goal line fumbles and 48. You decide to kick a 64, 4th and 5, and you decide to kick a 64-yard instead of letting Russ show you why he got paid that much. Good call, right? Good call. 4th and 5. You think at that point they would have let Russ do his thing, right? Joe Douglas is an A+ GM. Salah was a product of one of the best defenses of 21st century. But I'm not even saying that Salah hopped out of the shower and John got on a great start after a long day. Listen, I'm not hating on Salah. I'm just hating that he said that. You can't let the media and the fans know that this is getting to you, that the pressure is getting to you. Dude, you're in New York. If you're coaching a New York, a Boston, Philadelphia team, something along those lines, you're going to have an enormous, and Dallas, right? The Cowboys, you're going to have an enormous amount of pressure on you, an enormous amount of criticism. You got to be able to take that, man. You got to take it in stride. You got to take it. Don't be an enemy of especially of the New York media. Don't be an enemy of them, because they will critique you for every move that you do. And now the fan base you're going to go after? Come on, man. Come on. Anybody new in the basement, subscribe, bell notice, hit the like button, keep the basement rolling toward 1,000 subs. Now the Yankees today, again, Garrett Cole's on the mound. Cole's been mowing everybody down. He's got 280 18 strikeouts, I think, to this point in the season, right? He's got a 3.20 ERA. He's been doing it. We should win this game today. We should win the game tomorrow. These are very important games against Boston. They are a bottom feeder. They're worse than the Orioles this year. They are in last place. They're 16 games out of first. They're 10 out of the final wild card spot. They're finished for the season. They're done. All right? They're done. We shouldn't lose to them. I don't care about rivalry or whatever else. We should not lose to this team, period. Turbo, who runs New York? Is it the New York Yankees or the New York Mets? Who runs New York? New York is Yankees, Giants, Knicks, Rangers. Those are your number one teams. More pressure you're going to get playing for those teams than you are the Mets, the Jets, the Islanders, or the Nets. That's why you join the Knicks, the Rangers, the Giants, or the Yankees. There's going to be way more pressure on you to be productive than the we always call them the younger brother teams, the Jets, Mets, Nets, and Islanders, because they all came around after those first four teams that I mentioned. So it's a New York Yankees, Turbo. And I'm not saying that because I'm a Yankee fan. That's actually true. Gardini, Brian Daboll looked like a perfect New York coach. Fire and great with the players I see. Yeah, Brian Daboll is a great hire. It's a great hire. And I love that they're making Daniel Jones earn it this year. They didn't just sign him to an extension. I love that they have Brian Daboll and company made sure that I just got thrown off by Dez. Brian Daboll has shown that Daniel Jones, want to be my quarterback? Well, you're going to have to prove it. You're going to have to prove it. I just had family come down the steps and say hello. I waved and pew, I lost my train of thought. So anyway, Brian Daboll, he's going to be excellent for the Giants. Great hire. They're revamping the team. Joe Douglas, great GM for the Jets. He doesn't deserve any of this blame. He has given Robert Saleh and the coaching staff a team of a respectable team to work with. You got receivers. It's all youth that you could really build. If you have the right coaching staff with this team the New York Jets have on right now, this team is not trash. The players are not trash. This is where it falls on coaching. Right now, this will fall on coaching if this team does not produce. If this team is out of it before Halloween, Robert Saleh and company will be gone. Joe Douglas has done his part. All due respect to Joe Douglas. It is. The guy did everything he said he would do. He learned under Ozzie Newsome with the Baltimore Ravens, was part of that Super Bowl championship team. He also learned with the Eagles organization when they went on to win their Super Bowl against the Patriots. So the guy has an idea of what he's doing, and he's rebuilt the team without running for the big name free agents and the big name draft picks. You got to build the line first. I mean, the guy has done it. This coaching staff doesn't do it. See ya. They don't do it. See ya. See ya. And I'm tired of coaches coming in and out of here every couple of years. Yankee Kyle, what's going on, brother? Good to see you back in the basement. Yankee Kyle is in the house, man. What's going on? He's in the basement, not even so much in the house, but in the basement with all of us. Good to see you too, brother. Good to see you in here, Yankee Kyle. Rick the Ninja, what is going on? Rick the Ninja is showing up. Another cellar dweller accounted for. Quick, another cellar dweller accounted for. What's going on, Quick? Good to see you both in here. And Rick, when Rick the Ninja, we'll see him again around the 5th or 6th inning when he gives us another comment. Gardini, look, I know recently bias is a real thing, but a fully healthy Saquon is going to help. Oh, man, full healthy Saquon, and especially with the showing he just had in game one, what did he have, 164 yards? Wow, and they were great yards. That dude was running. Yep, thank you, Turbo. Everybody hit that like button. Keep the basement rolling. What's up, Bruin? Bruin, what's going on, man? Another cellar dweller accounted for, man. What's going on, Bruin? And Pessable, another cellar dweller accounted for. All you guys are showing up today. Everybody's showing up in the basement today. That's what's going on, and that's what I appreciate, man. You guys make this channel happen, not me. I just show up. You guys make this channel happen. Right now, the Yankees are going. Josh Donaldson sitting here not being able to catch up the fast balls, as always. We're used to seeing that by now. He just struck out, but I do like the top heavy. I got to admit, I will go Raleigh. We're all here today. Most of you guys are here. They're missing a couple of dwellers, but I'm sure they'll be popping in. Good, Yankee Kyle. I'm glad to hear you're doing good, brother. Good deal, man. But the Cabrera's now up. Cabrera's been hitting. He smacked that 2-run homer against the Rays. You guys see that home run? Man, nobody even moved in the outfield. What a great – this kid starts hitting. Oswald Cabrera starts hitting. Watch out. This dude can play third, short, second, in the outfield. And he's got an arm. Man. He's throwing pretty accurately to home plate, man. This kid is showing he can do it. As we said all along, if you can be versatile in the infield and the outfield, and you can play multiple positions, you are staying. Pick up your bat a little bit, man, but we'll be a little more patient with your bat if you're really doing it like that in the field. That's really impressive by Cabrera. He's been doing it. I'm doing all right today, Pestable. I got a little fired up. If you guys saw my video before I came on here, I uploaded a video firing back at Robert Saleh and his taking receipts for the Jets. That really pissed me off. I really was going to leave the Jets alone this week. I wasn't going to do a review. I was just going to let it go. I was going to let the game go and chalk it up to one game. But he wants to come in with receipts. I've been a Jet fan since 1978. I gave him a 1% of the receipts that I have, and I gave it in that video. I did a quick one. It's only like 8 minutes, I think. Whatever the case, I went off the wall on him, and rightfully so, man. Don't talk about taking receipts, and you ain't done a damn thing yet. 18 games he's coached for the Jets, and nine of those games are double-digit losses. Half the games you've coached, we've lost in double digits. You want to talk trash? Give me a break. Get out of here with that garbage. That's garbage, man. That's garbage. Don't talk trash. Go out there and do something. You got the freaking team now. You got a team. You shouldn't be losing 24-9. It's really sad. It's really sad when a Jet fan will take a better kind of loss. Isn't that really? The Jets have gotten so bad that we would like to see a competitive loss. If we lost 24-21, people would have been happy. Like, man, we were in it. We look good. This guy look good on offense. Jet fans are willing to accept better looking losses right now. Better looking losses would be accepted by Jet fans. We can't even get that. We can't even get that. Can't even get it. Oh my gosh, yeah. Yankee Kyle, Judge has been on fire RBI-wise. Yes, he has. And people are making a big deal that he hasn't hit a home run in 5 games. Like, take it easy, man. You got to hit one every day. This is about what's going on. It's been 5 games since he hit a home run. Take it easy. You don't think the closer this guy gets to 61, the pressure mounts? He's 6 away from tying Roger Maris. 6 away. There's a lot of pressure there, man. People that say you don't feel, you know he's feeling the pressure. Every time he goes up, he's probably looking for the home run. He's gonna come. It's gonna come. It'll be all right. Pestable, I'm gonna check out that video. Check it out. Everybody check out my rant on Robert Saleh and his receipts. Check it out. And I don't even dislike Robert Saleh. I don't like what he did today. I don't like the taking receipt stuff. Don't tell us that crap. I want to hear that. Anybody new in the basement, subscribe, bell notice, hit the like button. Keep this basement rolling. Keep it rolling. Basement mentality is all about anything you do starts in the basement. You work your butt off. You set short-term goals. Short-term goal for the basement is 1,000 subs. We are more than halfway there. I'm over 700 now. We're getting there because of you guys. You guys make that happen, not me. So here's Andujar. Again, I always wonder what Andujar is for the Yankees organization. And I'm not even ripping on him. I think he's a good player. He's also somebody that can play infield and outfield. So Aaron Hicks should never see the field again. Aaron Hicks should never see a game again. You got Andujar who can play the outfield. Harrison Bader's about to come back, right? Then you have Cabrera, who can play the outfield. Timmy LaCastro, who doesn't hit really well himself either, can play a better outfield than Aaron Hicks can. So why would he even have to see Aaron Hicks ever again? We don't have to see Aaron Hicks ever again. We don't have to see him. There's no reason for him to play. We got other guys that can play out there. Even Florial. Well, he dropped a fly ball the other day too. But so that's what I got on that. Speaking of the injury updates, we got Beta should be back. He's already in rehab stint at Somerset, AA Somerset. Beta's already there playing, along with Miguel Castro, Chapman. Even Zach Britton has taken on some rehab stints with AA Somerset organization. So those guys, well, maybe not Britton. They say he may not come back this year, but the other guys should be back soon. Rizzo is already ready to do a rehab assignment and come back. So we got some guys. Get Severino, they say, has one more rehab start. Luis Severino, one more rehab start, and he should be back. Most of these guys should be filtering back into the lineup next week or next couple of weeks. You should start seeing a lot of these names back on the team. Again, Carpenter, Matt Carpenter is wearing a walking boot. Apparently he can't put a lot of weight on his foot yet. So him and Benintendi with his broken wrist, I wouldn't even think about them till the playoffs at this point. Because everything I read every day on these guys is pretty much the same story. So forget about that. Rick the Ninja. I legitimately forgot we had LeCastro. I know, right? We have LeCastro for pinch running situations because he can't hit either. But he's a better fielder than Aaron Hicks. I'd put him in the outfield over Hicks. Hicks is terrible, man. Hicks is terrible, especially that 2 plays he had the last time he was out there. Remember that he dropped that fly? He dropped that ball and right in his glove, right on the foul line. And he just stands there while 2 Rays are running around the bases and running home. He's like, oh, wow, that ball was fair. Who knew? I wanted to sit here and feel sorry for myself. So he gave up 2 runs there. And then the same inning, he misplays a ball, starts running backward. He starts running forward, and the ball's hit further than that. You're a veteran outfielder. How is that ball getting over your head? It wasn't even a sunny day. Like, how did you misplay that? Seriously. So, I mean, that's what we're dealing with here. And he should never play. He should never play. There's no reason. Aaron Hicks is the guy that hated Joey Gallo getting traded more than anybody else. Why? Because the suck radar went from Gallo to Hicks. Gallo was the worst until now that he's gone, Hicks is the next man up in that role. Next man up. All right, well, we still got 0-0. Still got 0-0 in here, guys. Going into the bottom of the second inning. Bottom of the second. So, man. I may have to break down a little bit here, guys. We lost air conditioning in the house today. So down here in the basement, it's usually the coolest area in the basement. The coolest area in the house is in the basement, and now it's not even that warm outside, so it shouldn't be that bad. But wearing the jersey, it makes it a little bit warmer than than normal. But at least we didn't lose it during the hottest days of the summer, because tonight is supposed to be pretty cool out anyway. But losing it during the hottest days of the summer would have been horrible. Would have been horrible. So I don't know if we're going to get a unicorn sighting tonight. We might. The guy's been pretty sick the past few days. He lost his voice, so he said he might come on tonight. He might come on tonight. He might not. Depends. We'll see what happens with the unicorn. But as far as I understand it, man, but last I heard of him, he's getting better. But he lost his voice, man. So probably yelling at the Mets blowing their lead. That's probably why he lost his voice. Probably why he lost it, man. Watching his Mets lose that 10.5 game lead, although they're a game and a half up now. They've restored that, and they're up to a game and a half. So, but anyway, yeah. So we got some guys coming back. There should be we should be almost at full strength when we enter into the playoffs. Thankfully, we have that 5.5 game lead. Did the Rays win today? They were beating the Blue Jays 4-0. I didn't look at that. Last I saw, they were up 4-0. As a matter of fact, let's take a look. Can't hurt. And again, today, we should beat the Red Sox, no problem. No problem. Let's see where we stand right now. They must have played a doubleheader, right? They're 0-0 right now. They're 0-0 right now in the second inning, but I was pretty sure I saw them play earlier. Pretty sure. Anyway, Rick, I forgot. Oh, I already read that. Now, Garrett Cole out here again. We should be able to take this game out. We should be able to take this game today. We got our best pitcher on the mound, one of the better pitchers in the game. We should be able to win this because the Red Sox are trash, and this is a very winnable game. I'm trying to see. Yep, Tampa Bay won the first. They did play a game one. I just found it. They beat them 4-2. They beat the Jays 4-2. So we got to hope the Jays beat them on this one, and the Yankees can come through here and get this win today. But yeah, I don't want to hear any more about Robert Saleh. I want to see action on the field. I want to see him come back and rub it in our face. That's what I want to see. You want to talk the crap, then rub it in our face. Say, I told you guys I could win a Super Bowl with this team. Because I got plenty of damn receipts. I got so many receipts you won't even know what to say, man. Boy, come out and defend the fan base. Remember when the Mets players did that last year? Javi Baez didn't like getting booed by the Mets fans, and he did this. Remember that? He did this to the Met fan base, and then Lindor got in on that. It's like, guys, you guys don't realize that critiquing the fans of New York is not the way to go. What happened to Baez this year? What did Cohen do? What did they do with him? See ya. Go to Detroit. See ya. You're out of here. You can't do that to the fan base, man. You got to take it. You're going to come to a high-pressure city. You got to be able to take it. And Robert Saleh, he just basically told us that the pressure's getting to him by saying, I'm taking the seats. The pressure's getting to you then. You don't like getting critiqued? Well, do something about it, man. Coach a better game. You see Jordan Montgomery comments that not everyone can play in New York? Said, yeah, we've been saying that, Lockport. Have we not been saying that? When people say, man, you guys got rid of Montgomery and look at Gallo now. Yeah, look at them. They're out of a high-pressure situation. New York is high pressure. I've been saying that all along. The reason why Jordan Montgomery is pitching well is because he doesn't play in New York anymore. Some players cannot handle New York and the pressure of playing in Boston either. I'm not a fan of any Boston team. I'm not a fan of Boston at all. And I will say that their fans, at the very least, their fans, they're real fans too. Remember Carl Crawford when he went from the Rays to the Red Sox? He got booed out of that stadium. He was so bad. David Price didn't pitch well for them. Not really. Pablo Sandoval, remember these guys got booed. They got hammered, and rightfully so, because these fan bases, New York, Boston, Philly, just for examples, right? These fan bases will let you know when you suck and you're supposed to be great coming to these teams. And then you leave any one of these cities and you go to another team somewhere else in a more lax, environment. Oh, all of a sudden everybody's hitting again. Everybody can pitch again. It's not easy to play in these high pressure cities. It's not because you're going to hear it. You got to accept it. You got to move forward with it. You got to swallow your pride and keep your best hat on. You got to keep your best hat on, swallow it, and stop saying I'm taking the seat. You haven't proven anything yet. You haven't done a damn thing yet. I like Robert Saleh's passion. I love that he has respect of the team, respect of the players. You can't let it crumble like that, dude. Amen, Quick. Amen. 100%. I don't go for any Boston teams, man. None. And it's hard for me when the Boston Bruins in playoffs, like we're playing the Islanders a couple years ago. I hate the Islanders too because they're a direct rival of the Rangers. I don't like the Islanders at all. That was very hard for me to pick who to go for. I really couldn't pick anybody because I hate both teams equally. Hate them both equally. I don't care if the Islanders are a New York team. And every other New York team, I don't mind. Giants, Mets, and Nets, I don't care about. They're all fine with me. I don't mind that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to the New York Giants game Sunday. I'm taking my son. My son is a Giants fan. We're going together to the New York Giants, Carolina Panthers. I'll be there 1:00 Sunday. I'll do a live stream, a bit of a live stream from there at that game. And I'm going to wear my Lawrence Taylor jersey. And I'm a Jets fan, but I have a Lawrence Taylor jersey. You got it. I mean, come on, man. Lawrence Taylor, there's no one better. So I'm taking my son, Giants fan, and most of our family, only me and 2 of my cousins are Jet fans. That's it. Everybody else is a Giants fan. So my son did the right thing and went with the Giants instead of the Jets because at least the Giants win some Super Bowls from time to time. The Jets do nothing but give agita and lies and headaches. Yeah. Bruin, I know it was easy for you to choose, right? But you guys did beat the Islanders, so believe me and trust and believe that it was better that the Bruins beat the Islanders in that. Oh no, the Islanders. I'm sorry, the Islanders beat the Bruins in that series. The Islanders beat the Bruins in that series. I take that back. The Islanders lost to the Tampa Bay Lightning that year in the next round. So I take that back. Bruins did lose to the Islanders that year. Yeah. I got you though, Bruin. That's why I love that Bruin's in the room, because Bruin is a Boston Bruins fan and a New York Yankees fan. That is as odd as you get. I love it though. I don't like the Rangers for the same reason they're a direct rival. Rick the Ninja is an Islander fan. Rick the Ninja is an Islander fan, right? And you shouldn't like the Rangers, Rick. You shouldn't, because we're direct rivals. Every other New York team I don't have a problem with because they're not direct rivals of each other. You know, they're not a direct rival. So that's why Met fans, they love watching Yankees. They love coming in the chat when the Yankees are losing. They love coming in. The Met fans are obsessed with the Yankees. I'm like, look, I like the Mets, but I don't care or pay attention to what they're doing in comparisons with the Yankees. The Mets have nothing to do with the Yankees unless they play them in the World Series. Outside of that, I hope the Mets do okay. I really do. I hope the Mets do all right. I have no problems with their team. I wish our team could keep winning and doing some things that their team does. Their Mets pitching staff is pretty stacked. I wish we had that, but we do have a good staff. But I don't mind the Mets. But Met fans are obsessed with the Yankees and wanting them to lose and hate them and the whole. I don't get it. I was like, I don't know. When the Mets lose, I feel bad. I don't want the Mets to lose. So Tampa is New York's kryptonite. You're not kidding, Rick. You're not kidding. Pessable, I love that the Patriots are around last in the division. Oh, yeah, the Patriot and their fans, the Patriot fans don't realize that they're going to be battling the Jets for last place. They're delusional. The Patriot fans really think their team is still elite. They still think their team is elite. Isn't that funny? The Patriots are going to be one of the 4 or 5 worst teams in the AFC, along with the Jets. They are. The Patriots are not elite anymore. A lot of Patriot fans just think they are. And all the Patriot fans ever say to me is, oh, your Jets suck. Yeah, no kidding, dude. I mean, like, wow, that really hurts. That really hurts. You know. Raleigh, I got the Giants defense in fantasy this week, so here hoping the Panthers don't score. Yeah, well, we'll be there, dude. And I will pop in from time to time live for you guys, man, from the game. So that's going to be fun. That'll be a lot of fun. Knicks and Nets are in the same division, but that ain't much of a rivalry. Yeah, Rick, that's true. I never cared about the Nets. Growing up on Long Island, right? Growing up on Long Island. And I really hard pressed until KD and Kyrie went to the Nets. All of a sudden, these new, I've been a Net fan forever. People came out. All these bandwagon Net fans came out of nowhere. Growing up, I knew fans of every New York team, diehard fans of every New York team. What doesn't matter if it was Giants, Jets, Rangers, Islanders, Knicks, whatever. I never knew any diehard Nets fans. None. I didn't know any diehard Nets fans growing up. Now there's like and you see these stars and these entertainers and everybody's at Nets games. Let's see where they are when KD and Kyrie are no longer on the team, or they go back to the wasteland that they were. Let's see where all these stars are. The Knicks are the team. The Nets have never bothered me. I'm with you, Rick. I never cared about the Nets, one way or the other. They always sucked. Even when they had Jason Kidd and Kerry Kittles and Richard Jefferson and Kmart, they had a really decent team, man. And they made the finals, lost to the Lakers, whatever. Nobody cared that much when they lost. Not even the New York media. They didn't make a big deal. If it was the Knicks, it'd be a whole different story. Whole different story. Michael Jeremiah, another cellar dweller accounted for. Michael is showing up in the room. Where's Gunner tonight? We're missing Gunner. It's very unusual we don't have Gunner in here. That's gone. That's gone. Come on, Cole. A guy hitting .95 just hit a home run off Cole. Come on, man. Really? Hit a 2-run shot off Cole. He's hitting .95. 7th batter in the order, .095. He just hit a 2-run bomb over the monster. That's great. Michael, better late than never. Hey there, Basement Borders. I like it, Basement Borders. What's up, Michael? Good to have you in the room as always, in the basement, Michael. Nets should have stayed in New Jersey. Yeah, the New Jersey Nets. I even knew New Jersey Devil fans growing up. I even knew diehard New Jersey Devil fans growing up. I did. I never knew a diehard New Jersey Nets fan. I know they're Brooklyn Nets, but at the time, they were New Jersey Nets, and I didn't know any Jersey Nets fans. None. Zero. It's just kind of funny how there's so many. I've been a Net fan my whole life. Yeah, sure you have. Your whole life starting, what, 2 years ago? Come on. Come on, that's a ridiculous joke. Come on, Cole, that was unacceptable, man. We gonna lose in this scene? 2-0. Allow guy hitting .95 hit a 2-run homer. Give me a break. We just won 2 big games against the Rays. We got 10 runs 2 days in a row. We should be rolling in here, steamroll this Boston team that's not even trying this year. 16 games out of first, 10 games out of the last wild card spot. We got our best pitcher on the mound, one of the better ones in the game. We're down 2-0, .95 batter. It's a 2-run shot over the wall. Come on. Unacceptable. The new guy, yeah. Michael, the only time I like the Nets is when they had Rick Barry, Bill Mellicone, and Billy Paultz. Wow, you're going back. You're going back. Yeah, Michael, that's going back, brother, but I hear you, man. But I'm just saying, Michael, you're a Long Island guy. It's an honest question, Michael, right? Think about when you were growing up. We're around the same age, I think, right? Think about when you were growing up. You knew diehard fans of the Jets, Giants, Yankees, Mets, Rangers, Knicks, Islanders, whatever, even the Devils. Did you honestly know anybody that was a diehard Nets fan? Seriously, nobody. I did. I grew up in late 70s, 80s, 90s. I don't remember any diehard Nets fans. None. I never knew anybody in all of New York that Long Island, my area, that were Nets fans. None. Zero. They were just the Nets, and no one cared about them. It's just the way it was. I don't know any. I ask everybody I knew that grew up on Long Island, friends of mine, if they've ever known any since the Nets became so popular, and none of them can remember anybody. I bet you don't know anybody either, Michael, that grew up a diehard Nets fan. Really, really incredible. And I'm still livid over the Jets. Anybody on here that has not watched my rant on Robert Saleh today, who I still like, who I still think is going to do all right, just watch it, because I gave my receipts. I gave up just a little bit of the receipts I got. Yeah, ABA. That's what they were. They were the ABA. I remember that. They had the nice red, white, and blue ball, right? Incredible. Yep. Neither did I, Michael. Nobody. No Nets fans. None. I didn't think you did either. You're a Long Island guy. You don't know anybody. Like I said, I knew diehard Devils fans. I knew diehard Devils fans on Long Island. Can't explain it, guys. Can't explain it. It's unbelievable. So I got boy, I'm still on fire over the Jets thing. I really was not going to trash the Jets this week. I really wasn't. I was going to let it go. I was just going to let it go. I'm going to the Giants game Sunday. Now, the Jets played at the same. That would have been unheard of growing up. The Jets and Giants playing at the same time. That would have been unheard of growing up. The Jets and Giants playing at the same time was like, they're both so bad. Recently, in the last 5 years, they've been the 2 worst teams in the NFL. We've already established that. They bury the Jets and Giants as much as they can at 1 o'clock in the afternoon to get the bad teams and the games out of the way early. So unfortunately, I won't be streaming the Jets game this week, but the next Sunday I'll be streaming the Jets game after that. But I will be there at the Giants game live, and I will do some live stuff from the game. So it's going to be interesting anyway. Good hit. All right. IKF. Michael, I remember when the Knicks were actually relevant. I saw the 69 and 73 Knicks. What a team. Oh, yeah, man. You saw all the great teams. Dave DeBuscher and freaking Phil Jackson, Reed, Frazier. You saw them all. Bill Bradley, I believe, was on those teams too, man. Yeah, you saw some greatness. 69, I wasn't even on the earth yet. 73, I was not even my brain wasn't relevant enough to watch the Knicks. But by the time I started watching sports around 78, 79, and the Knicks were like really good come the 90s, you know, the 90s Knicks were the best team that I've seen from the Knicks. In the 80s, we had Bernard King and Trent Tucker. Remember Trent Tucker? He'd hit threes all day, but he didn't do much else. Trent Tucker, yeah. Bernard King was the claim to fame when I was growing up in the 80s. And then, of course, they drafted Patrick Ewing out of Georgetown. And, you know, the 90s Knicks came around and they were, man, they made the playoffs every year in the 90s, every year. They're a real tough team. They just didn't have that guy. They didn't have that shooter, that real reliable shooter. But I'm hoping the Knicks get back to that now. And a big shout out to the Knicks for not trading away R.J. Barrett and Mitchell Robinson. And it was Obi Toppin or like Quickly or Quentin Grimes, you know, and a couple draft picks for Donovan Mitchell. That's what Utah wanted. R.J. Barrett and Mitchell Robinson, two of our star young players, and Toppin or Grimes, you know, the Knicks' choice, which one? Really? And draft picks like from Donovan Mitchell? He's a great player, but he's not a top 5 player in the NBA. He's not going to be that guy that's going to put you over the hump for once. Shout out to the Knicks for not trading away your star youth and trying to build on it like they've done with the Rangers. Same ownership. Lockport. Johnny, I went to Pearl Jam at the Garden on Sunday. Nice. I think you did mention that. You did mention that, bro. Probably the best show I ever went to. Check it out on YouTube. I will. I'm going to mark that. I'm going to write that down. You guys know me. If I don't write it down, I won't say I'll forget about it. That is awesome, Lockport. The Garden's a great place to be, man. Great place to be. I'm old school, brother. I'm writing it down. You guys give me some good stuff to watch over time. Oh, yeah, I just wrote it. YouTube, Pearl Jam. That's my next page of notes I got to take to watch things. You guys give me some great stuff to watch, I got to admit. Anybody new in the basement, subscribe, bell notice, hit the like button, keep this basement rolling. So anyway, like I said, Rizzo is supposed to be back in the next series. Our next series or the one after that. So he's actually almost back, which is good. We need him back. Marwin Gonzalez has I was about to say not really filling the bill, but he just hit a 2-run homer. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. He just hit a 2-run homer. I was just about to critique him. He knew it, and he hit a 2-run bomb and tied this game up. Marwin Gonzalez. Wow, he must have known I was just about to critique him. I will hold off on that, Marwin. I will hold off. I'll hold off on the critique. Just hit a 2-run bomb. They should beat this scrub Boston team. They should beat them. Boston Red Sox are a bunch of scrubs this year. They're last place garbage. They should beat this team. Just dominated the Rays, scoring 20 runs in 2 games. Dominate this dumpster fire. Boston sucks, and they should be able to beat them. Forget Boston and everything. Everything about Boston sucks. Sorry, Bruin. Sorry, Bruin. We like you, though. We like Bruin. We like our regular cellar dweller Bruin, though. Everything but you, Bruin, is no good about Boston. Everything but you. Bruin, we like. We like Bruin. Tie game, boom. What? Oh, Justin, another regular cellar dweller accounted for. What's up, Justin? What's up, Justin? Good to see you in the room, man. The only cellar dwellers we're really missing right now. Where's Gunner? Gunner not being here. He's probably working. He said they've been double timing him at work, man. I think he's the only mechanic at his job. I think that's what it is. He's been double timing. So we're missing Gunner. Gardini was already accounted for. Rick the Ninja. It always works like that, John. It always works like that. Hell yeah, it does. It does, as you and I know, Josh Donaldson, right, Rick? We know. Boy, does it work like that. I was just going to critique his ass, and he hit a 2-run. That's why I stopped talking, because he hit. I was like, whoa. Let's go, Judge. 56 right now, baby. 56. See, you got to respect the Boston Red Sox fan, though, because they still sell out there. They still go to their games. These small market cities, these other teams don't get it. You cannot trash the fan base. You know why? Fan bases, New York, Boston, Philly, these stadiums still pack out, even though your team has no shot of doing anything. You can't trash the fan base like Robert Saleh just did. You can't do that. Look at Fenway Park. It is packed. It's packed. It's not just because it's Yankees, Red Sox. It's because they're diehard fans of the Red Sox. These are real fans. New York's real fans. That's why Robert Saleh talking about taking receipts. You got to be kidding me, man. You got to be kidding me. You can't trash fan bases that are that loyal as these fan bases are. You can't do it. New York is the Big Apple. Rick the Ninja, New York is the Big Apple. Boston is Beantown. You tell me which one is better. Boston's secondary city to New York. We all know that. New York is the greatest city in the world. Rock, New York, New York, New York, period. Right. Michael, I've been to Fenway many times. Great ballpark. Hate the team, but the ballpark is nice. That's someplace I actually would like to go. I would like to go to Fenway. It's an old school historical ballpark. I'd love to go to Wrigley Field also. These are places that have baseball history. I would actually love to go to a game there. But yeah, I hate the team. I'll always hate the team. Did he get Judge? I think he did. Yeah, I'll always hate all Boston teams. And they're in last. The Red Sox are terrible this year. I got family members that are Red Sox fans. I told them at the beginning of the season, your pitching is going to be your downfall. The Red Sox pitching is going to be your downfall. And he didn't believe me. Where are we? Red Sox dead last. Trash. And Cora should be fired anyway. Alex Cora shouldn't even be allowed in baseball. Shouldn't even be allowed. You're one of the biggest scandals in baseball history, and he only got suspended 1 year, along with A.J. Hinch, right? These guys shouldn't be allowed to be in baseball. You smash Pete Rose, and these guys are allowed to be in baseball? And, we'll just forget about it. And then the Red Sox organization said, basically that in honor of baseball, right, and historic, we can't be a part of it, so we're going to fire Alex Cora. What did they do? They hired him right back. They hired him right back. Spare me your high moral ground BS. They hired him right back. He shouldn't be allowed in baseball. I'm sorry. He could be a great manager, great guy, great with the media and the whole nine. You were part of a humongous cheating in the history of the game. History of the game. One of the biggest scandals of all time. And the players didn't even get punished for it. The players didn't even get punished for it. And Cora only got suspended 1 year. And Pete Rose is the bad guy? Pete Rose is the bad guy. Okay. Damn, Michael, you're well-traveled. Been to Wrigley as well. You're well-traveled, brother. I drove a truck all around the country, and people are like, how could you not stop? I don't have time to stop. It's a moving prison. You just keep driving, and you look, and you drive, and you look, and you don't really have a lot of time. Depends to see a lot of stuff, That's cool, man. That's awesome you've been there, man. Wrigley's got to be a great field to go to. I remember when Wrigley Field didn't have any night games. It wasn't even that long ago that they started night games. So it used to just be day games and nothing when it came to Wrigley. Yep. But anyway, anybody new in the room, subscribe, bell notice, hit that like button. Keep the basement rolling. Keep the basement rolling. The only other injury update I have is DJ LeMahieu, who said even when he came back that it's hard to rotate on his back foot. We all knew watching DJ when he came back the last time that he was still hurt. His bat wasn't coming around like it normally does. The way he plays didn't look like it normally does. You know what I mean? So we all knew. So he might be out another couple weeks. He's got to get his foot right. He might be out another couple weeks. Maybe the next homestand, September 20th, which starts the next homestand, he may be back for that. That's the word. That's all I got on him. Rick the Ninja. Was that 2000 or something when Wrigley got lights? It was, I don't know the exact year. I don't know the exact year, but it's somewhere around there. They've had it for a while now, but it was somewhere around there. I don't know it offhand, though. I bet you Michael knows. Michael, do you know the year that the Wrigley finally went to having lights, having night games? Bruin, glad to still see that you're still in the basement, even though we just trashed everything Boston. Bruin's still in the basement, man. And that's what we love. We love you, though, Bruin. We love you, man. You're a Boston. You're our Boston resident here, man. So we love you. I've been to Notre Dame for the Winter Classic in 2019. Awesome, man. That's great. That's great. I've driven along the highway there, man, past Notre Dame off I-90 there. Yep, in Indiana. Right along the very northern tip of Indiana. Yep. Good stuff, man. That's awesome. Winter Classic, man. It's great. Yep. Notre Dame Winter Classic in 2019. Man, I would love to go to one. I'm going to go to Winter Classic. I definitely am. Come on, Cole. The ninth hitter in the order hits a home run off. Cole is a Boston punching bag. He really is. He's a Red Sox punching bag, Cole. He really is. Every time he pitches against them, including last year's wild card game, he is a punching bag. Punching bag for the Red Sox, man. And it's not even their good hitters. It's not like you're giving up home runs to Devers or J.D. Martinez or Bogarts. No, you're giving them up to guys hitting .95 and their ninth hitter in the order. Come on, Cole. We just tied the game up for you. This is what you're doing? Pamela, love that energy. Yes, thank you, Pam. Bruin, and I love the basement. Thank you, Bruin. Yep, we loving it too, man. That's right, Kenny. That's right, Kenny. Thank you. That's right. Talk about it. It's true. 100% true. Yep, and thank you for supporting the channel and being in the basement with us. Michael, no one played the game with more respect and heart than Rose, period. Agreed. The Hall of Fame should be ashamed of themselves. They banned Rose, but yet his name is all over the Hall of Fame. That's right. They banned Pete Rose. And what's the difference between Pete Rose and cheaters like Cora or even steroids? The difference is Pete Rose had a gambling problem. He had a gambling addiction. Addiction is way different than knowingly cheating. Addicts can't help what they do. They need to get help. They need to get help to stop their addictions. Pete Rose had an addiction problem, and nobody is treated worse than him. But Alex Cora can get a job after a one-year suspension and being part of the biggest cheating scandals in the history of baseball. And along with him, no Astros player gets banned or suspended because you're going to ruin what? Someone's fantasy league? Pete Rose is the bad guy? Pete Rose had an addiction. And now they support gambling. Every freaking channel, game, whatever, sports network, they all support and have teamed up with gambling sites. And Pete Rose still can't get in? You guys got to be kidding me, man. They're supporting gambling addictions like nobody's business nowadays with DraftKings and freaking fantasy drafts and whatever else. And Pete Rose is the bad guy? Give me a break. That's ridiculous, man. King Mays the first. Yo, what's up? Anybody new in the room, subscribe, bell notice, hit the like button, keep the basement rolling. Welcome in, King Mays. Lockport, Rose not in sports gambling. Not in with sports gambling, legal almost everywhere. It just proves it's personal with Pete. Right. He'll get in when he's dead, Lockport. Very good point. By the way, Bud Selig, who oversaw the steroid era, who's against Pete Rose, adamantly against Pete Rose being in the Hall. Bud Selig is in the Hall of Fame for his commissioner status. He's in the Hall of Fame, and he knew damn well what was going on with the steroids and the cheating and the McGuire and Sosa false home run chase that we watched. And why did that happen? That happened because we gave up the baseball season when they went on strike in '94, the year the Yankees probably would have won, and Don Mattingly would have gotten a ring with the Yankees that year. but they went on strike. So what saved the strike? What brought baseball back? McGuire versus Sosa, steroids. Brady Anderson of the Orioles even hit 50 home runs. Brady Anderson even hit 50 home runs. All of a sudden, everybody's hitting 50 home runs. Bud Selig oversaw that. He's in the Hall of Fame, and how hypocritical that you're in those going to the Hall of Fame. What a joke. What a joke. You got to be kidding me with that. Bruin, I don't live in Boston. I'm actually 20 minutes away from Yankee Stadium. So you're a New Yorker that loves the Bruins. Okay. Bruin, you got me all screwed up on where you are, what you are about. But you're a cellar dweller regular, and that's all that matters. You're in the basement during every live stream. And that's what matters to us, Bruin. You are a part of the basement as a cellar dweller, man. And that's what really matters the most. Yeah, Michael, 100%. He was called Charlie Hustle for crying out loud. Right. Pete Rose sprinted out walks. He would get a walk and he'd sprint them out. He'd run hard to first base. He took out the catcher in the All-Star game, separated his shoulder, I believe. Because he said, the fans vote me in because of how I play. I don't change up in the All-Star game. I'm there for the way I play. That's how I play. He's the bad guy. Rock, the basement is the bomb. Keep that energy going, Johnny Basement. Thank you, Rock. Much appreciated. All your support as well. You're another regular cellar dweller, Rock. Thank you very much. And these guys in here, the cellar dwellers, make that energy happen. You guys, I tell you, every freaking live stream, you guys are the reason this channel happens, not me. You guys are. You bring the fire. You bring the fire. Michael Jeremiah, they let Steve Howe back 8 times. Steve Howe, the drug dealer, Steve Howe, quote, relief pitcher for the Yankees. Yes, they kept letting him back over and over and over. But Pete Rose is the bad guy. Kenny, absolutely, 100. Yep, thank you, Kenny. That's right. Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. 100%. 100%. Yep. Bruin, I know it's very confusing. And yeah, Bruin, you have got me all confused about where you're from, who you're, Yankees fans, Boston Bruin fan. Doesn't matter, dude. You're a cellar dweller regular, and you're in the basement. And that's what matters to us, man. That's what matters to us. Kenny, the basement is dope. This basement is made by the fans. You guys make this happen. Anybody new, subscribe, bell notice, hit that like button. But yeah, that's all I got to say on the Pete Rose thing, man. He was a gambling addict. Nobody helped him with this. His crime is not knowingly cheating the game. Alex Cora, the steroid guys, is knowingly cheating the game. You are knowingly doing something that's cheating the game. Pete Rose, and by the way, it was never proven that Pete Rose bet on it against his own team. It was never proven. Never proven. It's these hard-ons these guys got, these higher-ups that don't like Pete Rose, Bud Selig, and he's in the Hall of Fame, period. I'm over on that. I'll just keep repeating the same thing over and over. I've had it with that. I'm already lit up over Robert Saleh taking receipts. Taking receipts. Rock, Johnny Basement, you bring the vibe that brings the dwellers. Well, they bring the energy that I feed off them. Yes, okay, so I bring energy too. That's what fan bases is all about. We're supposed to bring energy. We're supposed to be fired up. Robert Saleh taking receipts. Taking receipts. I was going to leave Robert Saleh and the Jets alone this week after that pathetic performance. You're going to tell us fans you're taking receipts? I got a ton of receipts. I got 4 decades of receipts to give you, Robert Saleh. I got plenty of receipts. There's some nerve coming in here, and you have coached 18 games for the Jets. 18 games you've coached for the Jets, and 9 of those losses are in double digits, and you're talking trash. Okay, buddy. We see, well, okay, that's fine. 9 of your 18 games coached are double-digit losses. Thank you. Thank you. We see the defensive guru that you are, right? We finished 32nd, last in the league in defense last year. Thanks. Thanks for participating as our head coach. You want to rub it in our face with your receipts when you win the Super Bowl? I'll wait for that, and I'll gladly accept that. Rub it in my face. Rock laughing. Yup, that's how it is. What he did was wrong, but certainly not unforgivable. Yeah, Michael, it's not unforgivable. I'm not even saying, I agree with you. What Pete did was wrong. It is wrong. But the way that all these sports are teaming up with gambling sites, and then they have the little fine print. Oh, by the way, if you have a gambling problem, call this number. But that's way at the bottom after you got these, all this stuff going on. And Pete Rose is still the bad guy. I just don't get it. I'll never get it. And that Houston Astros whole mess, I'll never get it. I'll never get how those players didn't get suspended. They all knew about it. They all knew about it. They were the only ones cheating? No, they weren't the only ones cheating. The Yankees had some stuff going on too with their bullpen phone and looking at video replays. They just weren't looking at them live during the game. But anyway, those guys were okay, I guess. Alex Cora can get fired and suspended. Oh, he got suspended for the 2020 year. That's like getting punished when you're a kid for the weekend, and it rained the whole weekend, so you didn't miss out on anything growing up when there was no internet and you actually had to go outside to do stuff with your friends. So you got punished for the weekend, and it rained the whole weekend. That was AJ Hinch's and Alex Cora's punishment. 2020, a half season, less than a half a season. That's what they missed. Big punishment. Bruin, Pete Rose should have been in the Hall of Fame years ago. There's no doubt about it. 100%. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But like you said, Lockport, I think, said it. He'll be in when he's dead. When he's dead, he'll be in. Wow, remember Pete Rose? Yeah, we should let him in now. It's incredible. They're considering letting in steroid guys, and they have let in steroid guys and PED guys, David Ortiz, right? Because it's a personality checklist now. David Ortiz is a hell of a guy. He's a great guy. Everybody loves David Ortiz. Yankee fans love David Ortiz. He's a really good guy. He's fun to watch on Fox. And he's on there with A-Rod, another cheater that's going to get in the Hall of Fame, right? But David Ortiz is a great guy. Guess what great guys get when you fail PED tests? You get into the Hall of Fame first ballot because you were nice to the media. You were nice to the fans. You're a fun-loving guy. Roger Clemens, Barry Bonds, you guys weren't cool to the media, and you guys weren't cool to the fans. So guess what you get? Not in the Hall of Fame. That's what the Hall of Fame is nowadays, people. It's a personality checklist. Terrell Owens, you're a first ballot Hall of Famer on paper, but we're not going to let you in first ballot. Why? Because you were mean to me. I work in the media, and you were mean to me, so I'm not going to vote you in. That's what these guys are. They're gatekeepers, man. They're gatekeepers to the Hall. I'm going to decide, because I remember 15 years ago when you were mean to me when I asked you a question, Mr. Clemens or Mr. Bonds, but we're going to let David Ortiz in because he's a great guy. That's what the Hall of Fame is now, personality checklist. Check that list, you're in. But if you're Pete Rose, you get no chance. None. Joke. Absolute joke. Michael, Selig was commissioner and he owned the Brewers. He had Steinbrenner and screwed him every time. 100%. How is Selig considered this great commissioner that he should be in the Hall of Fame? He oversaw one of the darkest eras in baseball. And this guy's great. And then has the balls to smash Pete Rose? Please. Please. That's pathetic. It's pathetic. I'm going to start taking receipts. Robert Sala's inspired me. I'm going to take receipts on everything. What a joke. So, yeah, that's where we are in the baseball world right now, guys, when it comes to that stuff. But if you're a potential Hall of Famer, look at A-Rod trying to save his Hall of Fame status by being in the media, announcing, trying to be a better guy, making up with Derek Jeter, doing all the right things. Why? Because he wants to get in the Hall. Wants to get in the Hall. But Clemens and Bonds, I don't think they'll ever see the Hall. Do I think they're Hall of Famers? Hell yeah, they are Hall of Famers. They were Hall of Famers without using steroids. We all know that. Bobby Bonilla wouldn't be Bobby Bonilla getting paid $1.1 million a year through 2035 if it wasn't for Barry Bonds. He batted in front of them when they were on Pittsburgh. So, of course, they're going to groove all the pitches to Bonilla so they don't have to pitch to Bonds. Of course. So Bonilla went on and had great money contracts after that because people actually believed that he was a great player. And the Mets, I mean, come on, man. Bobby Bonilla Day is what, every July 1st or is it June 1st? I think it's every July 1st is Bobby Bonilla Day, right? I think so. Whatever the case, He's getting $1.1 million a year until 2035, man. Wow. Who's better than him? But because he batted in front of Barry Bonds, this is what you get. You get a lot of fastballs right down the middle, and then you got the Orioles and the Mets and other teams believing that you're this great player. And he wasn't. But whatever. We can go on and on about Pete Rose. We can go on and on and on. But baseball, unlike the other sports, are real gatekeepers because all their records are so precious and we don't ever want them to change. We don't ever want them to ever beat a record. Like Aaron Judge, how much do the Yankees, if they don't plan on re-signing him, they don't want him beating Roger Maris's record. They don't want Judge to beat Maris's record if they know they're not going to re-sign him. And they better re-sign him. Guy took a chance on himself this season, Judge, right? Took a chance on himself, and he's murdering it. 307, 55 homers coming into today's game. He's murdering it. Now they're really going to have to pay him. They could have paid him what he wanted earlier. Now they're going to have to pay him north of 300. They're going to have to pay him. You're going to have to pay this dude, man. But if they don't plan on paying him, they're certainly going to slow him down and not let him beat Maris's record. They're going to try to let him not beat Maris's record. You know, when the Rays had the pitcher in the other day, the player that was pitching, because the game was over, so they're not going to waste their bullpen. I understand that. So you put some guy out that used to pitch in college or high school occasionally, right? This guy was throwing lobs. Did you see the one that Stanton smacked off him? They were practically underhanded. But for some reason, Judge was pulled in that ninth inning. He was pulled for LeCastro. Why? He could have had an easy 56. Easy 56 on that one. I'm just curious. It's my own opinion. It's my own opinion. But I'm curious to see if the Yankees slow Judge down the closer he gets to 61. If they do, it's because they're not re-signing him and they don't want him to beat a Yankee record if he's not going to continue to be a Yankee. That is my opinion. That's what I believe. And I really feel that is very true. Look at Notre Dame when when Lou Holtz finally left. They didn't want him beating that record. They didn't want him beating the head coaching record in Notre Dame. If you guys can remember back that far, Lou Holtz was kind of pushed out of Notre Dame because they didn't want that record beaten. Whew! You try to catch up here. Seelig was commissioner and he owned the priority. Read that one, Michael. Michael again. Why is Munson not in? He was short 10 years of service by 2 months because he was killed. He was top 3 catcher in his era. I agree. Johnny Bench, Carlton Fisk, and Thurman Munson easily were the best catchers at that time. Yes, and because he died, he's not in because his numbers didn't catch up. You're right. He probably will never be in. It's really unfortunate and sad that happened to him. And he probably will never get in, Michael. I don't even think he can get in at this point. Yep, there was no better catches than Johnny Bench, Carlton Fisk, and him. 100%. Right. And I don't know if he'll ever get in. I don't know if there's is there a senior list that goes on and on forever? Probably not. I mean, like Joe Kleckel looks like, right? Dave's on a senior list for a long time. I don't know. But Munson should be in. There's no doubt about it. Are we being biased? I don't think so. We're Yankee fans. I don't think so. We could sit there and say Carlton Fisk, yeah, he's one of the best catchers back then. He's a Red Sox. We don't like the Red Sox, but we can't sit there and be ignorant. Can't be ignorant about who's good and who's not. There are fans out there that are ignorant when it comes to if a player's on a team that they don't like, they'll find reasons that the guy's not good. I'm a Jets fan. I don't like Tom Brady, never have. Sit there and say he's not the greatest of all time. It's ridiculous. Of course he is. 10 Super Bowls, 7 wins. It's hard to argue that. I'm a Jet fan. I mean, but, realistic, that'd be like me saying growing up about Dan Marino sucked. No, he didn't. Dan Marino, if he was on the Jets, they would have won Super Bowls. That's going to steer me to a whole different topic. That Ken O'Brien personally should be in the Jets Ring of Honor. Ken O'Brien was a great quarterback for the Jets. He just wasn't Dan Marino. Dan Marino had the players the Jets had then. They would have won a Super Bowl. Okay, so he wasn't Dan Marino, but Ken O'Brien was freaking good. Anyway, that's my point. I agree with that point, Michael, 100%. I agree with you 100%. So, but, and Cole here, I just don't get it. Cole has been pitching really well for the most part this season, But when he pitches against the Red Sox, it just seems that he gets beaten up by them all the time. I don't understand it. And I'd like to see Cole win a big game for us in the playoffs. I mean, we paid a guy a ton of money. I don't dislike Cole. I do like him. But he doesn't have that Garrett Cole feeling like he did when he was on the Astros. When Garrett Cole was on the Astros, it was game over before the game started. He had the Mike Tyson thing. It's over before it even starts. Comes to the Yankees. He's been pitching really well, but, we pay you a ton of money to win one game in that wild card. One game. I know it's last year, but I don't care. That's when the big money that we're paying you for is for the playoffs. We're the Yankees. We already know we're going to the playoffs. We already know that. That's a given. What is it, 30 years in a row of winning seasons? Come on. Of winning seasons. So we know we're going to the playoffs. The big money they dish out to these guys, they dish out all this big money. It's not for the regular season. It's for the playoffs. It's to win a World Series. So when Cole comes out and gets shellacked against the Red Sox in the last wild card, he didn't even make it interesting. He got bombed in the first inning. I don't forget things like that. Show me what you're going to do in the playoffs. But the Red Sox, thankfully, they're not going to the playoffs this year. Cole is a punching bag for them. They hit homers off this guy. They hit him all the time. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Someone explain it to me. So these big money guys that we got need to do it in the playoffs. Nestor Cortez, great pitcher, man. I think we're going to do really well in the playoffs. I really do. We get our full team back. And I know injuries happen to every team, but I'm sorry, when you're missing Rizzo and Stanton for a little while there, Stanton, Rizzo, DJ, Matt Carpenter, these are a lot of run producers out. Benintendi was just starting to hit. Why was he just starting to hit? Because, what a revelation. Let's bat Benintendi, number 1 or number 2 in the batting order. Wow, maybe not 5th or 6th, where, he doesn't really protect Stanton when you're batting behind him. People are going to pitch around. One time he was batting in between Judge and Stanton. Like, what kind of protection is Benintendi batting in between Judge and Stanton? So you finally get him to 1st and 2nd in the batting order. DJ Benintendi or vice versa, that's how it should go. So when you're missing these kind of players, you're missing a lot of production. Then when you have Aaron Hicks, who's a waste of space on the team, and you keep playing him, you even had him batting 3rd a few days ago. You're kidding me with that. Wow, Michael. Michael, by the way, looked it up. Wrigley Lights, 1988. It was that long? Wait, let me make sure I'm reading that right. 1988? It was that long ago? Wow. I thought it was late 90s or 2000 like I think Rick the Ninja said 2000. Somebody said 2000, but I thought it was more around there. I didn't know it was 1988. Wow. Wow, that's interesting. I didn't realize it was 1988. Now, the only players we're really not getting back this season is Chad Green and Michael King. Those guys you can forget about them. Zach Britton, I don't care what they say. He's doing rehab starts. He probably won't be back this season. He does, man. I mean, he wasn't pitching that well at the end of last season anyway. I'm liking what I'm seeing from some of these younger players, man. Cabrera, we got a chance to call up some younger guys during, the positives of these injuries. Cabrera has been a great find, man. This kid's playing. Peraza is getting new into the game. Andujar has been playing really well since he's been back up. I say it 1,000 times. I just don't understand what their plan is for Andujar. The guy can play multiple positions, too. I don't know if he's trade bait down the road. I don't know what their plan is with him. But he goes up and down on that freaking roller coaster from AAA to us to AAA to us. But he's been playing really well, so shout out to him because he has been playing. Leg that out. Run, 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 run. Oh, he's out. He's out by a good step. But I'm liking the young players that we're seeing. We're really relying on them. And I do take back. I still don't like Judge leading off, but I got to admit, it's been working the last few games with Judge, Stanton, Torres. Josh Donaldson batting 4th. I still can't get my head around that one. He should be batting like 5th or 6th, maybe, but not cleanup. He doesn't clean up much when you can't catch up the fastballs. Just my opinion, but that's what I believe. IKF has been great for us. You guys already know how much I like IKF. Because I love his effort. I love his effort that he gives. You know who got sent back down? I'm assuming anyway, because I haven't seen him, Juan Guzman. And I guarantee you it's because he doesn't hustle. It's my other pet peeve. But I mean, can't even fathom the Yankees losing to a trash team like the Red Sox. They're trash. They're trash this year. Don't get it. But and we got Cole on the mound. They have Nick Pivetta. Nick Pivetta hasn't been pitching well this year. Oh, whatever. But yeah, the Giant fans, that was it's cool because like I said, I am going to the Giants this week. Me and my son are going to the Giants game. It's gonna be fun to watch the new team that they have. That looked like real competitive football. That looked like a team that's been just as bad as the Jets, but that looks like a team that actually got a head coach and they looked well coached. The line looked really good. Barkley had some great holes to run through. He looked really good, man. And they came back being down 13-0. They came back. They fought. Unlike our offense that goes 1st and 10, 2nd and 20, 3rd and 30, punt or pick six or fumble or just plain old interception or whatever you want to do. All right. That was a rare error by Rafael Devers, man. That was a rare error. So we got on. Trevino got on, so now it's Marwin Gonzalez, our hitter. Marwin Gonzalez. I can't hate on him because he hit a 2-run homer. Devers really rushed that ball, too. It's not like Trevino can run fast. He's not even a fast runner. That was a rare error by Devers, who's an outstanding player. I wish we had Devers on our team. I would take Devers in a minute. That's a Red Sox player that is outstanding. Him and Xander Bogaerts, I would take either one of them on our team in a heartbeat. Either one of them. So here's Gonzalez, man, 197, but he just hit a 2-run homer. We need him to hit another with 2 outs. We need him to hit it. See, the Yankees just were given an extra out. The Red Sox and Devers just gave us an extra out. The championship Yankee teams always made you pay for giving an extra out. Always did. This Yankee team has to learn how to do that. They need to learn how to make teams pay for giving them extra outs. That's what this Yankee team's missing, unlike the championship teams, the Derek Jeter years. They got that clutch hit. They took advantage of getting an extra out. They took advantage of having a big pitcher out there pitching a great game, you know? That's what this team's missing. It's a whole lot of next man up. Like, next man up, please do something because I couldn't. Next man up, please do something because I couldn't. Those teams back then are next man up because I just got that single. Next man up because I just got that double. Get me home. I'll get you home. Why? Because that's what we do. We small ball. We small ball. We can bunt. We can hit. We can get that clutch situation going. That's what those Yankee teams did. That's what this Yankee team doesn't do. And this Yankee era of teams hasn't done. But this is also a team that can win the whole thing if they do it right, when we get everybody back. So, yes, I am going to blame some of this on injuries. Some of it. Not all of it, because we still fielded a team that should continue to win. Thankfully, we had that big lead. We got down to 3.5. We let the Rays know, hey, man, we're still in first. We're still going to be here for a little while. So we're going to kick your ass for 2 straight games. Now you get what I always call this should be a gift getting the Red Sox. Forget the rivalry. This should be a gift. We should win today and we should win tomorrow, man. This is 2 games we need to win, period. Bruin, I'm excited to see how the Giants will do this year. Hell yeah, if you're a Giants fan, you should be excited to see what they do. That was a great look in game 1, man. Opening game 1. You know what I mean. Anyway, that was a great look by them. They looked well coached. They fought back. They didn't give up. The old Giants, and I mean old Giants, meaning just last year, that wouldn't happen. They wouldn't have come back. 13-0, the game would have been over already. They looked really good. They looked really freaking good. They looked like they were ready to play. And they didn't give up in the game, and their line was locking. They looked really good. Really, really good move. Really good. So if you're a Giants fan, and like I said, the Giants have nothing to do with the Jets, so I go for them too. I hope the Giants do well, and I'm excited to go to the game Sunday. I'm excited to go to the Giants game Sunday. It just sucks that the Jets are playing at the same time. That was unheard of growing. That wouldn't have even happened growing up. When I grew up, the Giants games were called by John Madden and Pat Summerall. They called every New York Giants game on CBS when I was growing up. Every single one of them. They did. That was the crew. John Madden and Pat Summerall called every single Giants game, just about all of them. So that was way back, way back. But yeah, Giants have never bothered me. I've always liked them, like to pull for them. But the Jets are my poison. The Jets are my poison. That's it. And now we got Robert Saleh talking trash. It's just good stuff, man. Nobody follows through with any promises, but you know, we can hear about receipts. Oh, come on. Marlon, you got to swing at that, dude. You got to swing at that, bro. You can't watch 2 strikes. You watch something that close. Come on, man. So Boston has 3 runs on 2 hits. Why? Because they're home runs. Home runs, guys. Cole gives up home runs to the Red Sox like nobody's business, man. That's what he likes to do. Cole likes giving up home runs to the Red Sox. It's his thing. It's his thing. Boy, oh boy. I'm excited to see. Oh, just read that one, Bruin. Yep. We'll see how they do, though, man. They should do really well. You would think they do really well this year, man. I think the Giants, and now with Dak Prescott being hurt, the Giants could actually really make a run at this division. I know we're not supposed to make too much out of the first week, whether you lose, whether you win. We all seen NFL teams, even some teams that are 3-4-1, then all of a sudden don't make the playoffs. I mean, anything can happen during a long season. But we like to see positive things in that first week, do we not? With the Giants fans, you should be pumped up and excited for what you saw. Jet fans, we should be excited about our defense. DJ Reed, Sauce Gardner, they did great at the cornerback. If they can play cornerback play like that, we'll have no problems moving forward. None. The Jet offense, you keep playing like that. Thank you, Zach Wilson, for making dumb decisions in preseason games to put us in the position that we're in. With Flacco back there. Flacco, whatever his name is. And Mike White, guy's not allowed to start. I'm not even saying he's a savior. But you got to do something. Michael LaFleur, this offensive coordinator, all we keep hearing about is all the offensive genius that he has and that he has these great plays. His plays don't look any different than, hey, man, we're going to fake the handoff to you. You run a fly. You fake in, then go out. I'll fake the pass to you, and I'm going to hit you downfield, and you guys block. That's what our offense looks like. Predictable BS. That's what the Jets' offense looks like. I hope Robert Saleh is taking receipts on that. Hope he's taking receipts on the product he's putting on the field. You're going to talk smack. You're going to talk smack to us. Wow. It's really interesting. Really, really interesting stuff. Really interesting. Red Sox fan in the room. Well, okay. That's all right, Thomas. You can go for the Red Sox. Everybody's welcome in the basement. Everybody. We get Braves fans in here, Mets fans that come in here talking trash. We get all types of stuff. But no matter what you do, the Red Sox do, y'all ain't going to the playoffs. But welcome in and make sure you subscribe, bell notice, and hit that like button. Bruin, I hope the Jets are at least somewhat decent this year for your sake. Oh, my gosh. Like I said, you guys see me stroke out on the Yankees. These are first-place problems. You hear me say it all the time. These are first-place problems. The Jets, by the way, I am going to live stream the Jets, not this coming Sunday because I'm going to be at the Giant game, but the following Sunday, the Jets, I will be live streaming every Jets game from that point on, guys. You haven't seen anything out of Johnny Basement till you see me live stream a whole Jets game. You haven't lived till you see me do that. You haven't seen anything out of me till you see me do that. I don't get it with the Red Sox and the Yankees rivalry. It's stupid. If I don't like a team, I don't like a team. That's all. That's all it is. I'm not saying the Yankees aren't good. They've been doing okay this year. Yeah, bro. Like Thomas, everybody in this basement, man, it's not the biggest chat. It's the greatest chat. You know why? Because we're all knowledgeable fans. All of us, including myself, are just fans, bro. And we have fans of all different types of people in this basement. It's all in fun. It's all in fun. When we say we hate Boston teams, it's just a rivalry thing. We don't hate Boston fans. You're welcome in here. You're welcome to. It's all the sports trash talk we're doing here basically is just for fun. It's all fun. It's nothing personal. Nothing personal. Trust me, we have a Met fan. We have a Met fan resident in the basement. His name's Mark. He's not here today, but he usually likes to pop in here when the Yankees are losing to remind us that the Yankees are losing. We don't care. It's fine. It's fine, dude. It doesn't bother me or anybody else. So the whole rivalry thing has been going on forever. Guess you know who doesn't care the most about the rivalry because of the players change teams so much? Is the players. They don't really care if they go from the Yankees to the Red Sox. The fans care about that stuff. These players don't care. They care about how much money they're making and where they're going. And that's it. Because the players don't stick on the same teams like they did way back then when the rivalry really did matter, when you had the same players going up against each other year in and year out. That's when the rivalries really matter. And that's really what it's about. But all the fans in here, we're all good in here, bro. This is what we are. There's fans of all types that come in this room, man. Come in the basement. We have regular cellar dwellers in here that are here every day. Every time I live stream, they're in here. And I'm in here because of them. They're in here because of me. We're in here because we're all just a bunch of fans. And that's it. Well, right now I'm exciting on the wrestling side of the world because WWE is now really, really starting to tease The Rock is coming. Yeah, dude, Thomas, I agree. Bro, WWE, man, Triple H is bringing it back. Get him. Oh, that was a terrible throw, Trevino. Terrible throw. Terrible. Terrible throw. Thomas, you ain't got to sell me on the WWE, man. I'm a huge fan. Triple H is bringing people back that Vince got rid of, man. There's a lot of good guys coming back, man. I love the direction that WWE is going. I wish Sheamus would have won that Intercontinental Championship, man. I'm not a Gunther guy. I know he won, like he was like the king of the NXT for like 870 days, somewhere around something like that. I just think Sheamus is a better representation of the WWE than Gunther is. I like the bloodline, status. I like the thing now. Solo's in there, their younger brother who ruined the Clash of the Castle for Drew McIntyre. I like the way Triple H is bringing back The Rock. He's saving the business, man. He's saving the company. He's doing the right things, Thomas. He's doing the right things in the WWE, and he's bringing back more tag teams and stables. That's what the WWE, when it was WWF, stables were like the bread and butter of wrestling, man. Come on. Remember the Four Horsemen and things? These are the stables that you need, man. Tag teams. You need good tag teams. They were running the Profits versus the Usos for too long. You need better tag teams in there. Judgment Day is a good tag team. I'm not a big fan of theirs, but I like the attitude. You got to bring that attitude era back. So if he gets The Rock back in on a couple occasions, that would be awesome. So that's what I got on that, Thomas. Michael, I just watched your Salah rant. LOL, dumpster fire. Best expression ever. Right there with the Truba train. I'm still laughing. Truba train is coming back, Michael. True. The Truba train and the Rangers. Take a ride on the Truba train. I know, Michael, I got to tell you, man, that was good. Yeah, dumpster fire. You heard, Michael, I gave Robert Saleh 1% of my receipts of a 4-decade Jets fan. I gave him 1% of the receipts I have from all the BS I've been handed over 4 decades of being a Jet fan. So him to come in here and talk that crap, they want receipts. I got plenty of receipts, man. Are you kidding me? Lockport, hell yeah. I love what Triple H is doing. Hell yeah, man. He's bringing the Lockport. You and I have spoken about this. You need more tag teams, man. I know he brought back Hit Row just now. You got the Viking Raiders. What are you doing? The Viking Raiders could be a lot better tag team. They got to start doing something with them. There's things that Triple H is really bringing back, and I think he's going to bring back a new attitude type era to WWE, and that's going to be really fun to watch. That's going to be real interesting, man. I'm really getting back into it a lot because of what Triple H is doing, man. So he's making it real exciting, and wrestling should be great again for years to come. It got a little boring there for a little while, but we're fans. You got to stick through it all. Thomas, just imagine that the Royal Rumble Roman Reigns just defended his Universal title. He's telling the entire arena of San Antonio to acknowledge him. And then you hear, if you smell what that's right. I knew what you meant, defend his title. Yes, Thomas, 100%, brother. That's awesome, man. And that's right. Let's see what happens there. That's going to be real interesting coming up. Real interesting. If you guys didn't see it, when you're done with the game, the live stream today, if you want to bounce out and come back, check out my upload I did right before this game of my Jet rant that I did back toward Robert Saleh. I wasn't even going to go in on the Jets today. I was going to let this week go without ranting on them because I was going to give them a 1 week pass. But Robert Saleh bringing receipts, I brought my receipts. Check it out. It's on the same channel, Johnny Basement. Check out my upload on that. And that's what I got on that. It's funny. It's funny and sad. Thomas, instead of the Trouba train, I would rather see the oh man. Trouba train. Cole, look at that. Boston has 2 hits. So Cole's pitching really well. He's pitching really well, but he gives up the long ball, man, too much to this team. Gives up the long ball too much to this team, man. That's really what we're looking at. Because he's throwing a 2-hitter. Can the Yankees, please, here we are again, down by a run. Let's get this run back. They should be able to get it back. This lineup is proven we can get these hits. We can get these runs. So, yes, injuries do matter. They do matter. You know, the Met fans that came in here laughing at us for blowing a lead. We haven't lost the division. The Mets are a game and a half up on the Braves coming into today. But they did technically blow that 10.5 game lead they had, right? 10.5 game lead they had, and Braves took over first place. I think it was just for 1 day. They were a half a game up on the Mets. So we've still held the fort, and it's because of that massive lead that we had. But you don't see the Met fans jumping in here talking trash about the Yankees anymore blowing their lead, because they actually did blow their lead, even if it was only for half a game. Just for half a game for 1 day. They blew that lead, and they blew it while dropping 3 out of 4 to the Nationals, having a rough time with the Pirates and the Marlins, who they ended up winning those series against, but still that gave Atlanta their foot in the door to take over. Do I think the Mets are going to be fine? Yeah, they're going to be fine. They're going to go right to the NLCS, and they're going to be matching up great against the Dodgers, and that's going to be an NLCS to watch. And if that is the case, we will be doing that on here, because Lunicorn will definitely be on here for all that stuff. Thomas, instead of the Trouba train, I read that one. Thomas, I've also been seeing some rumors that Triple H is going to bring back WCW. Really? I didn't hear that one. I'll have to look that up after we're done here. WCW, is he really bringing that back? AEW apparently is suffering a little bit, right? Isn't AEW? I don't watch AEW. I just don't. I've always been a pretty loyal guy to the WWE. I never get into the sideshow, like the AEW, I just never got into it. I would rather see Dean Ambrose. I'd like to see Dean Ambrose back in WWE. I'd like to see Chris Jericho back in WWE. I think CM Punk, there's something going on over there with AEW. I don't know what's going on over there with CM Punk and them. I don't know. But I'm just saying, I don't really follow a lot of AEW. I really don't. I just stick with WWE for the most part. Bring it. Oh, did he do it? Judge just did it. 56, baby. 56. 56 right there. Do it in Boston. That's how you do it, man. 56. Aaron Judge just tied the game with number 56. Yes. And he's 1 game up on where Roger Maris was right now. They're showing it. He's 1 home run ahead of Roger Maris through 142 games. Nice, Aaron. Nice. And he did that on the first pitch, baby. First pitch. That's what's up. Right here. That's what's up. Stan just got a hit right behind that first pitch. There's the Nick Pivetta we all know and love. There's the Nick Pivetta we all know and love. We knew he was going to start blowing his game sooner or later. Bruin, let's go. Yes, Michael, gone. Michael, wrestling. You love wrestling. Michael Jeremiah, you love wrestling. I know how much you love hearing us talk about wrestling. Hey, I do appreciate the fact, Michael, that you comment and hit the like button on my uploads of WWE. Even though you can't stand it, I appreciate you doing that, Michael. I appreciate you doing that. You are a regular, loyal cellar dweller. I appreciate it. Thank you for liking and commenting under those WWE things. Yeah, sorry, Thomas, but we Judge just tied the game against your Sox. Yep. Woo! Now we got Stanton on first with nobody out. We got to keep this rolling. Got to get more runs right now. Let's go, Glaber. Got to admit, this top-heavy lineup has been working. They're scoring more runs. They Judge, Stanton, first and second leading off. I didn't like it. I know it probably won't last when DJ and everybody else comes back, but I mean, it's been working the last 3 games. I mean, I'm talking about this one too. Wow. Yeah, he grooved one to Judge there, Thomas. I mean, like, first pitch, man, he smacked that. Smacked it. They're showing it again, man. Gotta love it. 56. Bang. Look at all the Yankee fans standing up in the crowd. Like, there's some Red Sox fans actually flapping. There are some Red Sox fans actually flapping. They're probably respecting the fact 56. Think about all these Yankee historical home run hitters that they've had over the years, right? These Yankees. Red Sox have never had players like that. I mean, David Ortiz and stuff, but I mean, just the historic. They had a player like that, Babe Ruth, right? Where did he go? So the Yankees have always had those players, man. They've always had them. And Judge is killing it. Talk about taking a chance on yourself. And he's usually a guy, Judge, that misses some games here and there throughout every year, right? This year he hasn't missed any for any significant amount of time. You see, this is why, Thomas, you see, this is why I want Manny Ramirez back. Let's go. You wouldn't want him back right now, but I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I hear you on that. Michael, I support you and all you do. Let's get the one that. Yep. Thank you, Michael. That's why I'm thanking you, man. That's why I'm thanking you and all the other cellar dwellers that have supported this channel. You guys make this channel happen. You guys make this channel happen. You make me look forward to coming in here and live streaming because I look forward to seeing all your names in here. And when a lot of you guys, if you're not missing for a little while, I wonder what you're doing. I really do. Like Gunner. Gunner, what is Gunner doing tonight? Gunner's in here every live stream. He's not here. Mikhailov, I know he comes in on the weekends. He works. He lives in Australia, so we're on completely different time zones. And he shows up on the weekends the most. So I know about him. So we always look for our cellar dwellers. And when you guys aren't around, we wonder what happened. So, Michael, you're definitely a veteran cellar dweller, and I appreciate all the support that all you guys give to this channel. And I have fun. I come on here and I have fun. And that's what this is about. I watch other live streams, and these guys do know their stuff, but I don't think they get involved enough with their chat rooms. I don't think they comment enough, and I don't think they act like a real fan. I'm on here as a real fan. I'm not a professional. I'm not going to sit here and talk the way I normally wouldn't talk. You came and hung out and watched a game with me. This is how I am when I watch a game on my own. This is how I am. This is how I am when I go to the Giants next week. I will be all into the game. I'm a Jets fan, but I like the Giants. And when I'm there, you think I was a diehard Giant fan. Like, I go for the team. When I'm there, I'm all into it. You got to be a fan when you're on here. We're all fans here. We're all fans in this freaking room. That's what it's about. That's what makes this channel real. Like I said, the knowledge-wise is other channels that you guys know what they're talking about. They do know what they're talking about. It's just be real. Be yourself. Not auditioning for a job, man. We're on here to have fun and talk the stuff, man. Talk the smack, talk the sport, talk other sports, even right down to wrestling, Michael. Anyway, you guys got my point. I'm not going to go on and on about it. You guys know I can go on and on very easily. Thomas, I think the only wrestler that I'm having trouble with getting behind is Jeff Hardy. Yeah, I'm never big on the I was never big on the Hardys to begin with, so. It's not hard for me not to be sold on them either. Yeah, Michael, look at Glaber hustle. Yeah. Not an everyday thing for sure. Come on, Donaldson, catch up to a fastball and hit a home run for once. Catch up to one. Be different. I think the Yankees really expected Donaldson, even at the age he was at, to be better at the plate this year. Defensively, he's actually been really good. I don't have much complaints with Donaldson on the field. It's his bat. I think he had 26 home runs, give or take, but roughly 26 home runs last year. You're bringing in a guy making $25 million a year, you would expect that he'd be doing better than he's doing at the plate, especially the veteran that he is. You know, he's hitting 222-ish. I think he has like, oh, there it is right there. He has 13 home runs on this year, 222. 222 average. And by the way, guys are going to the All-Star game hitting in the 230s. That's a whole different thing. Lockport, they're coming. I swear to you, I keep saying the Basement Squad Reacts videos are coming. It's been a couple weeks since we've done any. Lockport, I swear to you, they're coming. I swear to you, they're coming. We had the big Labor Day family reunion here. We were going to do some that weekend, but everybody, it was loud. It was a great, fun family weekend. We just never got around to the Basement Squad. We're all doing things since then, but daughter will be home. My son's going to come on here and do a couple of Basement Squads with me as well. We're going to be doing them. I swear to you, we're going to do them. And put the requests in there, Lockport. Drop your requests. I write them down. If you have already, I've already written it down. If that makes any sense what I just said. But yes, we're going to be doing that. That channel is going to take off. We're going to definitely be working hard on that Basement Squad channel. It's been on the back burner the last couple of weeks. I admit it. But don't worry. And by the way, Lockport and Raleigh and all these other guys at Mikhailov, Friday is Fruit Plate Friday. Friday starts Fruit Plate Fridays. Lockport, I am in this Friday. You will see me with the fruit plate. I promise you. Fruit Plate Fridays is coming up starting this Friday. I wrote it down because Lockport, you called me out on it. And I think Mikhailov called me out on it too, because I said it was going to start last Friday, and I forgot about it. This Friday is on. Fruit Plate Friday is starting this Friday. Guaranteed, right here in the basement. Anybody new in the basement, subscribe, bell notice, hit the like button. Keep this basement rolling toward 1,000 subs, because once we hit that, it's endless after that. We're going to hit 2,000 and beyond, because you guys make the channel happen. So, yes, Lockport, I swear to you, and you guys should. If I say something and then I don't do it, call me out on it. And you guys did. I forgot about it. I'll never lie to you guys. I admit it. I just forgot. This Friday, I wrote it down. Listen, you guys don't believe me? Watch this. Watch this. Look at this. Look at that. See? I really wrote it. You guys called me out on it. I wrote it down. It's happening Friday. That's going to be an every Friday thing. I love it. I love that you guys called me out on it too. I love it. Because I said it and I didn't do it. I know what a big hit that was for you guys, man. So I'm going to do it. Fruit Plate Fridays. Boy, I'll tell you what, it's a whole different talk show from what my Fridays used to be. And I promise you, they weren't fruit plates. So that will start. You guys, you and Mikhailov will be very happy to see that. Mikhailov will be here on Fridays because weekends are his thing when it comes to the basement. So that'll be fun. And yeah, Rock, that's right. Rock, Fruit Plate Fridays, can't forget. Anyway, I think I mentioned already DJ LeMahieu. The Red Sox are making a pitching state right now. DJ, yep, September 20th is the date for him. That's the date for him to come back. Boy, what a team. Think about the team the Yankees are going to have when we bring everybody back. DJ, Benintendi, Judge, Stanton, Torres, Rizzo, Matt Carpenter. Think about our batting order when all these guys come back. Severino will be back on the mound. Our bullpen is already good. Our pitching's actually been doing really well. Even Frankie Montas had a good start his last start. It's just that Aaron Hicks didn't want to play baseball. He wanted to play like a little leaguer in the outfield. So Frankie Montas, when we lost that game Friday, that wasn't even on Montes to me. Runs scored because of Aaron Hicks's errors, man. So that's what happens all day. You guys call it Fruit Blade Friday. I'll call it Pizza Night Smackdown. I'm usually good with the fruit. I usually have it every hour. Well, Thomas, you had to have kind of been in the room that day when I had the fruit plate. It was kind of funny when it happened. 1 second here. Steak all day. Yep. I hear you. Oh, man. And, yep, I'm just getting rid of some unwanted, there's always some idiots, I got to tell you. Yeah, so the Johnny Boozy, Judge ain't coming back next year, bro. Hey, back to the game. Yep, Rock, back to the game. Yeah, Judge ain't coming back next year. Well, we'll find that out once if they slow him down, the closer he gets to 61, that'll be a sign, because I don't believe the Yankees will allow a player that's not going to be a Yankee for life to beat Roger Maris's record. I don't think they'll allow him to beat Roger Maris's record. Whoa, a unicorn sighting. A unicorn sighting. Wow, look who's in the house. Unicorn. Woo!
What's going on, my brother?
Unicorn is in the house.
I'm back.
With his Mets background and Blue Jays shirt. He's on point.
I needed to bring Jobu back.
Jobu, yeah, I know you guys have needed him lately. You guys have needed him.
We're losing 3-0 to the Cubs, man.
I know. Listen, you're singing to the choir, brother.
Oh my God, well, we need to sing a little louder then.
Back to the game.
I mean, come on. We're going to lose to the freaking – we've lost to the last place teams. It's unbelievable. This was supposed to be the easiest part.
Rockstead, what's up, Unicorn?
What up, fellas?
We have a Red Sox in the fan. 27 rings are irrelevant now. Okay. And so is the Red Sox season. That's irrelevant too, isn't it, this year? I think the Red Sox season is
and include the Pats in that one too.
Yeah, the Patriots and the Red Sox are pretty irrelevant right now too. The Red Sox, the whole season's irrelevant. So that's fine. I don't know how that's supposed to bother us. 27 rings still exist. I didn't even bring them up once, but whatever.
Because that's what they look. What happened with Boston is that after they won the World Series, they're not the lovable losers anymore. You know what I'm saying? So now you're gonna have to go another 100 years before you become the lovable losers again. It ain't working here. Right. 27 championships. Get out of here.
That's right. Nobody says that. Yep. The medication said, "What's good, Lou?" Bruin said, "What's up, Lou?"
What up, man? Let's go.
Frank in the basement. Frank says Phillies are creeping up on you, Lou. You know Frank from the sports game.
Yes, I know exactly who he is. What's up, Frank? Everybody's creeping up on us, man. The freaking Phillies. The only thing that's going to save us is that the Phillies, I think Atlanta have to play one more time. You know what I'm saying? So they can beat each other up for a little bit, but damn, I can't believe we're losing to these bums, man.
I know, man. It's funny because the Mets just, like I said, I'm like, where's Mark? I told all these guys, Lou does not hide. I told them you were sick.
Oh, no, I've been sick. I've been sick.
I told them all.
I don't run.
Lou does not hide.
I don't run. I do not run. Nope. So you have to understand, I've been a Mets fan since the 86, 86 Mets. And I can say that's one of the few memories that I can remember growing up. I was maybe like 5, 6 years old, watching it with my pops, grandpops and stuff like that. So I'm used to losing. I'm used to getting the crap beat out of me. I'm like, kick me when I'm down, dude. I've done it all. There's nothing that you guys can say or do that is gonna make me feel lower than I already felt in my career loving the Mets.
Hey, you're talking to a Jet fan. Like we said, we just exchanged letters in front of the ETS. That's it. That's it. Take the M away, put the J in front of the ETS. You got the same team with the same attitude, man. That's it.
You think I'm gonna run because they're having a little trouble here? Man, look, we're still in the playoff hunt. So for me,
New York sports, baby, that's what we do. Bring your last place team. We'll make them feel better. That's
we'll make them look like superstars.
Yeah, we'll make them look like the World Series contenders, man. That's what we do. Rock blocking all these haters. Yep. Michael, block them. Done. Michael, done. Rock blocking all these haters. Yep, done.
So Frank from the shop he's a Phillies fan, I'm assuming, then, right?
Yeah, Michael, by the way, said, Lou. You got so many people that love to see in here. Frank is a Phillies fan. Frank also runs the Sports Cave, Deptford Mall, sportscave.net. He gives out the great $25 gift cards, which Gunner, by the way, Frank Gunner will be contacting you. He just won the $25 gift card the other day with the Jets. Anyway, Lou, go ahead. Go ahead.
So like I said, man, I don't run, brother. You know, like I said, I'm here. I'm a diehard Mets fan. If you tell me, like I've always been saying, if you tell me the beginning of this season that we will be where we're at today, I would have took it in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Hey, listen, what I don't understand with Met fans, not you, but Met fans in general, you know the ones I'm talking about. They're complaining and moaning and acting like, is that gone? Damn it, he just gave up another home run. Come on, Cole. He's pitching really well. He just gives up too many bombs, man, today. Come on. And he is a Red Sox punching bag.
I was going to say, the Gronk gave up 2 home runs today, too.
Oh, man, did he? I didn't know
That's what I'm saying. They're up 3-0 or 4-0 on us.
With the Grom on the mound? I didn't know the Grom was on the mound today.
The Grominator, brother.
Andy, another regular cellar dweller accounted for. Andy said the Giants have a good win Sunday. Yeah, they did. The Giants looked like
it was. Let me
As a
tell
matter
you
of fact, Lou, you're going to take this for 2 minutes because you guys already know me.
Okay, good. Well, I'm going to talk about my Giants real quick. The cojones that coach said, we're going to go for 2. Usually the rule of thumb, if I'm not mistaken, is when you're away or you're in the opposite team's home, you go for 2. You go for the win. You don't go for the tie. There's too many things that can happen once you tie it up. So for him to say, let's go for 2, get the 2, and then typical New York teams. Here comes a 15-yard holding call or interference call, another 5 yards here, another 5 yards here, another 5 yards here. The defense, typical New York team, made us sweat it out. Very bad calls, a lot of holding. Lucky for us, the guy missed the field goal, and I'll take it because you know what? Dallas didn't even score a touchdown. Dallas is the only team, on Sunday or the beginning of the season that did not score a touchdown. And then on top of that, even if the day couldn't get any better that Sunday, Atlanta lost. Then Dak Prescott, which I'm going to say once again, I do not wish bad upon any player. At the end of the day, what they do doesn't affect me. Yes, we're fans, but no one should ever wish bad upon a player. And I feel bad for this guy because this guy is, from what everybody's saying, is a good dude. Bet it on himself, broke his ankle that 1 year, came back, did good last year, and then breaks ligaments in his thumb. So now he's out for a couple of weeks. At the end of the day, great win for the Giants. Philly, oh my Lord, Frank, I don't know if you're a Philly, you must be an Eagles fan. They looked amazing. Hurt looks awesome. He was able to do his dual threat, going in, going out. Got a great arm. I still think he's better than Tua. I know the thing happened with him in Alabama that Tua took over because he was in a little slump, whatever. But I think he's better than Tua. And Philly looks good. Philly looks real good. All around, passing, defense, offensive line looked good. At least from what I saw, because I was switching back and forth from station to station. The Jets, I'm sorry, guys. The Jets look like the same old Jets this year. I feel sorry for you guys. I really do. Um, Buffalo. Wow. I know there's a lot of Buffalo Mafia in here. The Buffalo Mafia, they look like the best team. They manhandled LA. Even if LA was going through the Super Bowl slump or hangover. They did lose a couple of players, a couple of defensive players, a couple of key players. But man, when I tell you that my game ball goes to Buffalo's offensive line, because when I tell you, every time they engaged, they were pushing that defensive line 5, 6, 7 yards. It was incredible. They look scary, bro. They look scary. And let's not even forget about their defensive line. Their defensive line was tearing it up, man. I'm telling you, Buffalo looks scary. Buffalo looks really scary. If you ask me if I have to put my money down right now after watching week one, which no one wins the Super Bowl after week one, Buffalo has to be power ranking number one because they look amazing. So I would say them number one. Number two, I'm going to take Philly. I know I'm not even a Phillies fan, but Philly's offense, defense, the Eagles look awesome. But I was telling them, game ball goes to the offensive line of the Buffalo Bills.
Hell yeah, they look real good, man. You got some comments on here too. Let's see.
Hey, only team not to score a touchdown opening week, the Dallas Cowgirls.
That didn't score a touchdown. Yeah, Andy's like, thanks for reminding me. He's been depressed about his Cowboys this week. Michael Jeremiah, cats and rats and elephants. And as sure as you're born, we've seen a lunicorn. That was good. Cats and rats and elephants, and as sure as you've been born, we've seen a lunicorn. I love it. Frank said your defense sucks, Lou. Hey, Angry Buffalo sports fan. What's up, Angry Buffalo? Welcome back to the basement, brother. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, but Frank, I think the Philly's defense, not that they suck, but I think they were up ahead by so much against Detroit that they let them crawl back into the game. Do they need a little bit of improvement? Yes, but I think they're going to run away with the East. That's just my opinion. I mean, as much as the Giants won, that was I'll take that victory. I'm not going to say I won't take the victory, but they think about it. Like I was saying, after we go for the 2 points, because you always go for the 2 points when you're away, go for the win. They gave up like 5 penalties back to back, letting these guys march down the field. And that guy's a good freaking kicker. He just missed a 50-something yarder, which I'll take it.
I hear you.
Dallas is in trouble. Dallas is in trouble, guys.
You know what's funny is Dallas was in trouble even with Dak playing. They showed that they were in trouble. Frank and Bruin both say they think it's the Bills here. I say Bills win the Super Bowl. I honestly got to admit, in the AFC, there's nobody better. Who in the NFC would you honestly think could beat the Bills?
Who? What happened?
The Buffalo Bills, I say, is the best team in the AFC. I know that the AFC West has a lot of great teams, but who in the NFC? I don't think anybody's going to challenge Buffalo in the AFC in the playoffs. Who in the NFC do you think can actually beat them?
The NFC. I mean, after week one, there's not really, I don't really like, but Minnesota looked good. That receiver number 18, Minnesota looked amazing. Who else was there? I mean, there was so many. You know what it was this week? Was a lot of the games were close. I mean, at least that I can think of, you know what I'm saying? Except the Jets game. But it was close. There was a lot of, that Pittsburgh game was amazing. Even Denver versus Seattle yesterday was a good game.
That's Denver, man. Come on. Fumbling on the goal line twice. I thought only the Jets do stuff like, oh, that's right. But the Jets don't get to goal line, so I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, man. They look like the same old Jets, John. I'm sorry.
Listen, you know what? I was going to leave the Jets alone today. I was going to leave them alone until Robert Saleh said he needed receipts. He's holding. Did you hear this?
No, not at all.
Robert Saleh today said he's keeping receipts of
People talking
holding
crap?
on to all the people that are mocking the Jets, basically, and how they was going to, he's mocking the Jets, and he's going to show all these receipts to the critics and the fan base that's mocking him right now. It's like, hey, listen, dude, this is kind of like a Javi Baez kind of thing, I guess. I said the Jets, gosh, I'm into this game. The Jets fans, you don't want to play around with the fan base. You want to talk about receipts? Lou, check out my video I did before I came on here. I was going to leave the Jets alone this week and give them a 1 day, 1 game grace. I let Robert Saleh know 1% of all the receipts I got as a Jet fan, like 11 of the last 12 seasons being losing seasons. I got Geno, Sam Darnold, Adam Gase promised to me, Le'Veon Bell, Trumaine Johnson, freaking Kelechi Osemele, all these receipts I have about all these great years the Jets are going to have, right? And this is what, you want to talk receipts? I'll trade off receipts. I got 4 decades full of receipts. BS.
Who was the defensive player they picked up from UFC in the first round, first pick? What was his name? A couple of years ago.
Defenseman?
Defensive lineman they picked up from University of South California, from the Trojans.
Well, they got Quinnen Williams from that was their biggest lineman they picked up, but he was from Alabama.
That wasn't it. Forget about it. But
Angry Buffalo, I watched the video you put out today, and I commented the Jets will never change until you get new owners. You're 100% right, bro. New owners.
Cowboys, same way. Cowboys the same way. Cowboys are the same way.
Hey, honestly, the Mets were the same way until they got Steve Cohen. It's true. They got Steve Cohen.
Yeah. Oh, no. 100%. That's what happened.
Yep. 100%. And right, because the coupon Wilpons had the Mets horrendous, man. They took the cheapest routes they possibly could take, and that's what happens. That is what happens, man. And the Johnsons like to come out with really cool ideas like the stealth black jersey, and now we're gonna have the black helmet with the green Jets, and it's gonna look great. So we're gonna look really good when we're losing. Like I said, the Jet fan right now would have been excited if we lost 24-21. Like, we want to look better when we lose. That's the point the Jets are at. We want to look better losing. Like, Jets, how many Jet fans would have been excited if we had lost 24-21? And the Ravens the Jets defense, I'm sorry, did look really good. They looked really good. DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner gave up nothing.
I called. Yeah, he only gave up one play for 8 yards or something like that.
Yeah, both of them gave up nothing, 0.
But they look good. Remember, I called. We spoke. I was like, damn, they look good. They only gave up 3 points going into the second quarter, and then after they gave up a touchdown, and then after that, it was like open up the faucets. It was just
Oh man, absolutely incredible, man. Absolutely incredible. The defense was on fire, and they held Lamar Jackson in check. 15 to 17 yards rushing. They kept moving him to the outside. So I can't sit here and say that the Jets defense, but we knew the defense was going to be good. Their offense looked like basic. I'm going to fake the handoff to you. You run a fly. You fake it and then go out. I'll fake the pass, and then I'm going to hit you downfield, and you guys block. It's like backyard football, man. That's
Hall didn't really do much. I think he had like 6 carries for like 50 yards or something like that.
It was so run heavy in the beginning of the game. It's like, listen, man, until you can show you can threaten with the pass, they're just going to stack the lane. Fine,
yeah, they're going to load up the box, and especially the Ravens. The Ravens are one of the teams that I'm going to say they invent defense. I know it sounds crazy, but they invent defense. They do these what they call it exotic plays. They bring the safety in. They move you back. They're one of those teams. Kind of like Belichick. They invent defense. But dude, they look like the same old news, man. If you're 3-10 or 3-15, or excuse me, 2nd and 10, pass the ball, man. Stop running it.
I know.
Trust
me.
You have an opportunity. I know. You have an opportunity to get a penalty. You have an opportunity for 5 yards. You have an opportunity for the guy to break away. Somebody fall. Do something different. It's the same script every single year. Damn it. And I'm not even a Jets fan. It gets me mad.
Trust me, I know. That's why I tell these Met fans, not Mark, because Mark's a good resident, good seller glove, but I have other Met fans occasionally that jump in, like some of these Red Sox fans do, and they're like, they go on and on about how, hey man, our Mets. I'm like, dude, you think I sit here and want the Mets to lose? I don't. I get angry when the Mets blow their leads. I get angry when they don't do what they're supposed to do because I like the Mets. The Mets honestly have nothing to do with the Yankees unless we make the World Series. I don't see the
Yeah,
rivalry
exactly.
in it because there is no rivalry. There's no rivalry
There is
unless we
none.
make the World Series.
There is
There's
none.
none. So when they pop in the room saying, haha, your Yankees this, I'm like, yo, you guys blew a 10.5 game lead. They're like, oh, you like that? I don't like it. No, I don't. Andy said, hopefully my Braves will bring me some joy tonight. Hey,
I
the
hope not,
Braves,
Andy. I'm sorry.
Andy, the Braves, I mean, they've been bringing you joy all year. They've been fighting the whole year. They've been keeping the Mets on their heels the whole year.
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm going to say this. Thank you, Milwaukee, baby. Thank you, Milwaukee, because you guys scored 5 in the top of the ninth, and they hit 2 home runs to walk it off.
Wow, did they?
No,
Oh, I didn't know
Seattle.
that.
It was Seattle.
Seattle did.
Seattle.
Seattle, watch out for them in the playoffs. Watch out for them. Seattle's doing it, man. They're like another sleeper team that nobody's really talking about.
Well, remember, I told you, the Mad Dog, the first 2 months told them, oh, forget about them. They're going down. They're not making the playoffs. And you know how he gets, he gets crazy. And he's backpedaling now because they look good. They look real good.
Hey, listen, man, we all say stuff and make, I mean, you come back and just say, hey, man, well, I mean, this is the way I was going on. This is the way it's based. I mean, right now, this is what I said. You watch the upload when we're done if you want, but it's only like 8 minutes. But I went off because to me, Robert Sala, if you're threatening Jet fans with, I'm holding receipts for everybody that's mocked us from the fan base to the media, listen to me. If you, at the end of the year, win the Super Bowl, want to rub that in my face saying I told you so, great. I'll take that I told you so. Tell me I told you so by winning the Super Bowl, and I'll be all in, brother. I mean, you want to say that to us? I got receipts, and when we start winning, I'll bring them right back to you. Great. Start winning and bring it back. Let me know. Rub it in my face, please. Don't
threaten John with a good time with receipts, because John has a long list of receipts. Come on, man.
I gave him, when you watch my video, I gave him 1% of the receipts.
This is his third year, is it, or second year? Second year. Okay.
A third year. This is his third year.
Third year. Okay. So this is the year that he has to show and prove. Kind of like I mean, once again, I know we won by a missed field goal.
No, this is his second year. Sorry. This is his second year. It's his second year. Sorry. You got hired.
Giants,
I'm thinking back when you got hired. You got the second year.
The Giants look like a different team yesterday. I mean, on Sunday.
Food. Barkley. How about talk about a line revamp?
Let me tell you, he's going to be. That's the reason why I won my fantasy game this week. He gave me like 70-something points because of PPR and a couple of other things that are there, but he killed it for me, brother.
Oh, by the way, did I tell you we're going to the Giants game Sunday?
No,
I'm gonna pop in live from time. I told he's got his Barkley jersey and I got my Lawrence Taylor jersey. We're going. And you know what?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna pop in live. Now, the Jets and Giants both play at 1 o'clock, which would be unheard of when I was growing up. They would never play at 1 o'clock at the same time together. But the league is now trying to get the quote unquote trash out of the way in the early games. They want all the bad teams as much as they can in the early games. But so the Jets are playing the same time as the Giants, so we'll be able to live stream it next week. But the following after that, we'll do the Jets. But anyway, Monday night, Bills, Titans, we'll do that. I'm going to do that Monday night.
Yes, sir.
We'll be on here for that.
We can do that. We can definitely do that. But wow, the Bills look amazing, yo.
Oh, man. Angry Buffalo says Broncos let Geno Smith look elite for the first half. I know he did.
Oh, wait. And the funny though. Thank you, because I was waiting. I just forgot to say it, but Geno Smith looked like he was like a superstar out there.
I know. I had, what's funny is I had the Red Sox fans in my family text me, hey, Geno, he looks like, he did on the Jets. They were mocking me. I'm like, hey, you know what's funny? Brady looks like he did when he was on the Patriots. And that thing kills them because they know they miss Brady. Hey, Frank, thanks for dropping in as usual, Frank. Thanks for supporting the channel. Again, that's Frank. TheSportsCave.net, Deptford Mall, New Jersey, has the greatest memorabilia. Frank's a great guy and a great friend of mine. So please check in with Frank, TheSportsCave.net. Yep. All right, Frank, we'll see you tomorrow night.
4-zip. We're down 4-zip now to the freaking bottom of the barrel, man. Like,
With
come
the
on.
Grom pitching. With the Grom pitching. I find that hard to believe.
I do.
Well, don't worry, because Garrett Cole tonight, when I say he's giving up home runs, he's not giving them up to Devers or, JD Martinez. He gives them up to a guy that's batting .095 at a 2-run bomb over the wall, over the monster. I'm like, guy that's hitting .95, you're giving up 2-run homers still? I mean, come on, man. This guy, Cassis, I didn't remember his name. He's 1 for 1. What's his 1 for 1? 2-run bomb.
Dude,
He'll talk about that to his grandkids. Where I had a 2-run homer off Garrett Cole. How'd you do it? I don't know.
I don't know what to say. Like, seriously, losing to Miami, Pittsburgh,
Nationals, 3 out of 4.
The Nationals,
3 out
the
of
Cubs.
4.
We're about to lose. We're about to lose our second game to the Cubs. To the Cubs.
That's why Mark the Met fan's not in here. That's why he's not in here.
That's.
I told him we love having him in. Hey, man, I took the abuse from Mark and other Met fans when the Yankees were losing to the A's and the Angels.
Yeah, I was here, brother.
Yeah.
I was here right with you. I was here with you.
And struggling against the Royals. I took all this abuse, man. And you know what? I still let him in the room. Who cares? You can abuse me. Henry, back in the basement, man. Henry, another cellar dweller accounted for. Back in the basement. The only cellar dweller I'm really thinking of, Mikhail off his weekends, and Gunnar. Gunnar had made no show tonight. That's rare for Gunnar.
What about Marine? What's the Marine at?
Raleigh was here earlier. Is that another home run? Nope, that's warning track. Woo!
I was gonna say
right on a warning track. Huh?
Freaking New York. No, I was saying, like, New York, man, they just don't let you. They don't let you enjoy.
No,
it.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
The Yankees just had the most offensive. They looked like the first half Yankees the last 2 games against the Rays. 10 runs in 2 straight games. That's the first half Yankees. Then you come into a horrible organization this year in the Red Sox. They're doing, and you can't win, and you're having a hard time. Like, you should win these 2 games. You are way better than the Red Sox this year. You should win these 2 games. You should.
But that's division. So we always say throw the records away.
Well, after the Nationals, yeah.
We're going against the Cubs.
I know.
Pittsburgh.
Hey, well, not for nothing, the A's weren't division. We could only split with them when we really needed a sweep. Come on. The A's and the Angels and Yankees had back-to-back, and we lost 4 out of 7. 4 out of 7.
They don't let you enjoy it. Like,
no, can't enjoy it.
The Giants went for a 2-point, and I'm not gonna front. I'm standing here, and I'm like, go for it. I was not gonna be one of those sucker MCs that will root for your team when they're winning and then put you when they're down. No, I said to myself, no matter what, that's the call. You have to go for 2. Get a win, leave out of there. And after we get that, I'm on this big high. I'm telling you, I'm running around my whole house, and here comes holding. It was like 5 penalties.
Of course.
They gave him like 45 yards. I might be wrong, but some ridiculous number. Next thing I know, they're already at the 36-yard line or 46-yard line. This guy can hit 60 yards and he misses. So thank the Lord. But damn.
Wouldn't have it any other way. Like, it's funny when New York teams have to score, especially the last 5 years, the Jets and Giants holding the wonderful honor of being the 2 worst teams in the NFL over everybody else. But anybody that played the Jets and Giants, when they had to get that game-winning drive, no timeouts in a little over a minute, they get it, no problem. When we have all the time and our timeouts, we still go 3 and out. It's absolutely incredible.
One game that will always come to mind is against Philly at Jackson. We take the lead. They kick it off to Jackson. I forgot his first name. Their receiver, punt returner. And this guy runs it right back on us to end the game. Like, here you go.
Henry says they need to bench Donaldson and Torres. No, they won't, but those 2 guys are awful. They are awful, dude. They are really – listen, they benched Hicks. Hicks has no reason to ever play again. We got guys that can play the outfield. Think about this when the Yankees do have their full order again. You're going to have DJ, Benintendi back. Remember, we're missing both of them. DJ, Benintendi, then you're going to have Judge, Stanton. Then Rizzo comes back.
Rizzo,
and Matt Carpenter comes back. Listen, we don't blame everything on injuries, but those are some major losses at the same time. Major
150%. No, it's not even. Forget about run production. It's protection for Judge.
Yep.
Protection
Amen.
for everybody up in the lineup. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because if you walk Judge and everybody else in the front of the lineup, now you're gonna go against these hitters. You know, for us, you got Ruff that we got that we traded so much for this dude. This dude can't hit a lick right now.
I know. Oh my gosh. He's not even hitting poorly. He's hitting horrendous.
Horrendously. You got Escobar's been on fire. That man has
Doesn't he have 10 straight games with a hit?
Some ridiculous number. Cannon's been on fire.
Cat has been on fire for like a month.
McCann's been on fire too. Like, come on.
That's shocking. That's shocking because you guys are like the Yankees guys have batters catches I can't hit. You know, Nito and McCann are like automatic outs practically. Nito is a great defensive catcher, man. No doubt. But I mean, this guy is like as automatic out as Aaron Hicks is.
But he's not getting paid $20 million or $10 million a year like McCann.
Josh Donaldson's getting paid $25 million a year. The Yankees owe him that this year and next. $25 million. $25 million. Guy's hitting 13 homers and batting .222. His defense has been great, but I mean, come on. Come on.
Your boy, I'm not going to mention his name, but your boy that went to LA came back to earth.
Oh, Gallo, yeah. Listen, Montgomery, did you see him? He asked Montgomery along the lines of his pitching performance now, which has been really good. He said wearing the pinstripes is heavy. Pinstripes are heavy.
It is.
But he kind of admitted the pressure there. What we've been saying all along, people are like, oh, yeah, look, you let this guy go. You traded this guy. Yo, he wasn't doing it because he couldn't. It's not even being hating on him. Couldn't handle the pressure. It's obvious when you leave New York or you leave Boston or you leave Philly and then you play great somewhere else, it means you couldn't handle the pressure. Look at Robert Saleh saying, I'm taking receipts because he's getting criticized by the media. I'm taking receipts of everybody because I'm going to – dude, you've done nothing. 18 starts as a head coach. 9 of those 18 games have been losses by double digits. Half of the games that you have coached for the Jets, 18 of them, 9 of them have been losses by double digits. And you're going to talk smack? What have you shown us? I don't even hate Rob. I don't dislike Robert Saleh or anything. But who are you to talk smack? What have you shown us? Joe Douglas has fielded a team for you now, man. You have a team to work with. We have a quarterback that makes really bad decisions, and I'm not talking about Flacco. I'm talking about Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
I know he's missing. I know he might be different, but you know what? You make a bad pass in that preseason game against a vanilla defense, and then you make the bad decision to not run out of bounds. I'm going to run for extra yards in the preseason and blow my MCL out because you're not even competing for a job. You already have the job. Why is he running for extra yards? Huh?
That goes back to the coach.
Right. But it goes back, you know what? It goes back to the coach and reminding where he's at. Zach made a dumb decision, cutting back inside, rips his MCL on his knee. You're not even fighting for your job. This is
it's yours.
Game. It's yours. What are you doing? Run out of bounds, you freaking idiot. What are you doing? That's bad decision-making, man. That's poor decision-making.
Two points that I hate to say because as much as whatever, I'm still not a fan of his, but you have to respect the man. Tom Brady he's an alien. He's an alien, dude.
Yep.
He's an alien.
See those what do you think he and Julio Jones are going to be during this season? It's going to be, come on.
And Julio Jones is doing the DB12, and he says he looks and feels amazing.
Right. Look at the bomb pass he made and catch he made in that game. They should have really rolled Dallas like 35-3. They should. No. They were in the red zone. Shout out to Micah Parsons for stopping a lot of that would have been touchdowns and made him into field goals because Micah Parsons is a beast. But he's a big reason why, because it should have been 21-3, 28-3. I mean, they could have blown their doors off. And that's what Dak played. That's what Dak playing most of that game. So
they're in trouble.
They've been in trouble. Their defense is never outside of Parsons. Their defense isn't that great.
All the receivers. I mean, even who they had. Chop. What was his name? Hold on. I was facing him. I was going to see. I forgot his name. He didn't do shit. Ezekiel Elliott didn't do nothing.
CD Lamb. Talking about CD Lamb.
Yeah, Lamb. I said pork chop.
Well, he's the number one. He's the number one receiver now with Amari. Oh man, I just caught what you said. He's the number one receiver now that Cooper's gone, and people think it doesn't make a difference moving from number 2 to number 1. It makes a big difference.
Oh man,
Lockport. I think Saleh is a better coordinator than a head coach. Well, that may be proven this year. Jury's still out on Saleh. He has a team to coach this year, a real team to coach. So we're going to find that out because we're going to have receipts. I got my receipt on Saleh right now. Raleigh says Tom has another season of him walking right to the Super Bowl. I agree with that.
He looked amazing.
Weak. NFC is kind of weak. You know what's funny, man? The AFC, yeah, they are. The NFC is kind of weak. That's why I said the Buffalo Bills versus the Bucks. I could definitely see that as the Super Bowl. The Lockport said he's laughing. Lou has lamb chops on the brain. Lamb chop.
Lamb chop. I knew it was something that had to do with an animal or food.
Yeah, lamb chops.
Oh, you know who's in trouble too? Green Bay. I'm telling you, Green Bay's in trouble.
The Vikings put it. Joe Jefferson had a monster day. Everybody had him in fantasy, killed it. What in the first half? He had over 100 yards receiving.
Oh no, is it 88 or 18? I forgot his number.
Oh, I don't know.
He's a monster. So that young kid is a monster.
Oh man, he was crushing it. Anyway,
oh man, it's gonna be the NFC sucks.
I was gonna say the AFC West, Denver to me is gonna not just because they lost yesterday, but they're gonna finish in last only because the Raiders, the Chiefs, and the Chargers are too strong. Denver's
the Chiefs,
gonna finish in last.
Mahomes said, "Oh, I don't need the cheetah. Here you go. 6 boo, 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 boo." That guy's a monster.
They murdered the Cardinals, and I'm like, look at Kyler Murray's got all that money, man, and they murdered the Cardinals.
Yo,
37-7 at one point. I said, man, I'm complaining as a Jet fan. Holy crap! If I had a guy just paid all that money, and the Cardinals were definitely expected to do better than the Jets this year, they got rolled.
Who was that? Let me not say that because I don't want to say that. Who was the quarterback for the Raiders that didn't study film and they gave him a blank disc?
Is that Jamarcus Russell?
DeMarcus Russell wasn't the one that he's like, yeah, I know what we're doing. They gave him a blank disc.
Jamarcus Russell, along with like Ryan Leaf, like the biggest busts like of all time. They had arms. Was it? I don't know if that was him or not though.
I forgot who it was. I know it was. I think it was Russell. Yeah, I know he played for the Raiders. They gave him a fake CD with nothing but was blank. And the next day, I told him, "What did you study?" And he was like, "Yeah." And they were like, "Yeah, that shit was blank." But giving this kid from the Cardinals
was that him? I don't know if that was him or not. Was it the Raiders? That's interesting.
I think it was Russell because he was a big quarterback.
Jamarcus Russell was big. He was a big.
Yeah, he was a big. I think it was him.
Lockport said 49ers didn't look good either. No, they did not. The Bears beat them, right? Fields didn't look good yet.
Hold on. Did you see the conditions on that field? It was horrible. I mean, dude, there was puddles that were up to people's calves. You can't judge them on that. That was horrible conditions.
Yeah, but they both got to play in it.
No. I'm not making no excuse. You know, like I said, I'm not making no excuse. Like you always say, the guy from the Texas told the Yankees, "Oh, you're playing a little league field." So did you, but you couldn't hit.
So did you, but it's too bad you. I don't know who said it, but they're like, too bad you guys didn't have any little leaguers that could hit it over the wall. I mean, like, yeah, what a dumb statement to make. You lost, well, that's a little league field. Well, dude, your team didn't hit anything over the wall. So
yeah, but no, that San Francisco Giants game, that was a horrible game. It was horrible conditions. You don't want to get people hurt. You don't want to do certain cuts and blow your whole knee out because the field is it was disgusting. Trust me. But I was making a point. I forgot what I was making the point on.
I don't know. You're in the basement. It's what happens.
Oh, I got you. The Cardinals. There was a play. That the other team lined up was like 3 or 4 guys. They were flooding the left side of the defensive line, and instead of the quarterback, I'm sorry, the quarterback from the Cardinals, instead of him
Murray?
calling, yeah, Murray,
Murray.
instead of Murray. Remember, the whole thing about Murray, and even it's in his contract, it's about reading plays and learning plays. That's a clause in his contract for that. Look it up. But anyway, so instead of him telling him,
the judge just hit 57. Judge just hit 57. 2 today. That's 2 today. Judge just tied the game. 57 home runs. Bang! He just tied it up. Just tied it up.
Nice. He's still not gonna win MVP though, but yes. So real quick before I forget, I'm sorry. I know we're supposed to be talking about baseball, but Murray, instead of telling knowing that they're flooding the right side, instead of him telling his offensive, his tight end or his receiver, hey, stay back, block, whatever they want to call it, Omaha, whatever you want to call it, he didn't pick it up. As soon as he hiked the ball, dude, 2 seconds later, his whole face was in the ground. That dude does not know how to read. He reminds me of Ocho Cinco.
Oh boy, that's really bad.
It is.
But yeah, it is bad, man. That's crazy.
I mean, no matter how good you are, if you can't read defense, you're gone. Because I will always say this: Eli Manning, the only reason he's going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback is because he was able to read the defense, make adjustments. Mentally, cerebrally, he was way better than his physical being. But they're in trouble giving him that much money.
Well, yeah, because it also takes away from what people they can sign down the road too. It does. It ruins it. Look what happened to Seattle after Russell Wilson got all that money. Seattle they all of a sudden became a stepping stone in the playoffs instead of a contender. They became a good team to play against in the playoffs, but they didn't have the juice anymore to make it to the Super Bowl because they
couldn't get past
all that money up in one player.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying, let's go, Judge. Judge is a monster. Let's go. Yep. Judge. Judge, most multi-home run games for a season. Aaron Judge is second with 10. Tied for second with 10 in a season. Who was number 1? I missed that.
What, game winning? Going ahead?
No. Most in the American League, the most multi-home run games for a season. Hank Greenberg has 11. That's 1938. That's how long that record's been around. For most multi-home runs in a season, 11. Judge, A-Rod, and Jimmy Fox are all tied with 10. Wow.
What
for a season, multi-home run games. Huh?
Your boy Pujols.
Pujols has been at 697 now? 697.
Yeah, he's number 4 right now. He passed A-Rod.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Passed A-Rod. I mean, that's the one thing Judge has. He passed A-Rod for the Yankee record for home runs by a right-hander, which was 54 by A-Rod. So he passed him.
I hope everybody passes him.
A-Rod? Yeah, me too.
Yeah. And I like A-Rod. Don't get me wrong. I like A-Rod, but you're dirty.
Yep. Hey, we had a huge conversation about all that earlier, along with Pete Rose and everything else you and I have already talked about. Home run leaders. Yep. Aaron Judge. He's only 4 away from tying Maris. 4. So all the people that say, hey, it's been 5 games coming in today, everybody's like, it's been 5 games since Judge homered. What's going on? What's going on? The guy ain't going to hit one every day. He's got 57 now. He hit 2 today. Is everybody happy now? It's okay.
2 points I'm going to make. And these are points that no one's going to like. 1, he's not winning MVP. And 2, he's not a Yankee next year.
I don't know if he's going to be a Yankee next year or not. I can't even argue that. I don't know. They should have paid him.
$8 million. 8.
They should have paid him.
$8 million.
Now they're really going to have to pay him. And if they don't pay him and bring in some
Did you
cheesy
hear what
freaking replace. You can't break. I mean, you don't pay him, and who's going to be the replacement?
2 months ago I said San Francisco, right?
You did.
You heard what San Francisco GM said yesterday? He said, "Don't worry about it. We have enough players coming off the books, something in that realm." And he goes, "We're gonna make a big push for this man."
Raleigh said, "No way, Lou. I think he will stay." Rick the Ninja said, "Lou with all the hot takes." That's right. Lou popped in here is bringing us all the hot takes from Giants to Yankees to just sports in general.
I love it. I miss you guys. I
Raleigh
really
said,
do
as a
miss you guys.
Padre fan, if they don't take him, I'll gladly take him. Aaron Judge, he's not going to go to the Padres, but I hear you. Can you imagine if he was on the Padres with that batting order? You'd have Soto, Machado, Tatis, Bell, and Judge.
Did you see what Soto's been doing in San Diego?
He hasn't been doing much.
Nothing. He goes, "I've never been booed in my whole."
Dude, he went on like a 10-game stretch. He was like 2 for 28. He was like Joey Gallo. Yo, changing teams is not that easy. And San Diego's not a hard. If you're getting booed in San Diego, you're having a really rough time. Like, they don't, according to Piazza, no, everything's fine in San Diego. He played for the Padres.
I'm not gonna say the words, but like Ron Burgundy says, San Diego, a Wales. There you go.
We all know because everybody knows Ron Burgundy well, man. Yo.
But dude, nothing, not he's doing nothing over there.
Rick the Ninja, yeah, dude, we mentioned that in the beginning. Lou is wearing a Blue Jays shirt. Why are you wearing the blue? I know why you are, but tell them why you're wearing a Blue Jays shirt.
Well, one of my best friends was the chef for the Blue Jays a couple of years ago when they first started, right before COVID. And let me tell you, when he got the job, I told him, I said, "Dude, not for nothing, all the Spanish players are going to rotate to you." And he's like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "You know what it is to be, leaving home, leaving grandma's cooking, mama's cooking, and you're Spanish and you cook what they want to cook, what flavor." And let me tell you, to this day, they still call him, they still send him. Matter of fact, when they were played against Miami not so long ago, he was out with Bubba Bichette and a couple of other players hanging out with them. So yeah, I get a lot of free merch from my best friend. So shout out to Chef Javi.
Well, that's why he's wearing a Blue Jays shirt. Now you guys know.
Yeah, I even got hold on. I even got the pants going on right now. I don't know if you can see it, but I got the pants. I got the whole outfit going on right now.
Well, Michael Jeremiah says it's a two-part thing here.
Yes.
Judge is going to win the MVP. He has an outside shot of winning the Triple Crown. And Angels are 20 games under 500. Judge has carried the Yankees. Without him, they wouldn't be anywhere near first. It does factor in. Judge has been very important for the team.
Agreed. I've always said this. MVP is the most valuable player. Yes, Judge has been off the chain. But if you take him off, they're still going to be in second or third place, still be in the wild card. Not saying that my boy Otani is not going to be, they're in last place, but they've been in last place for multiple years. But for the man to come and be in the top 5, top 10 in every category in offense with nobody in front of him. Trout has been hurt most of the year. To get 12 wins as a pitcher, 30 plus home runs as a hitter, that's unheard of. Yes, we've seen multiple people get. How many home runs does Judge have right now?
57.
How many times have we seen people hit 57 home runs?
In the non-cheating era? In the non-cheating era?
No, just in general. I'm sorry, in general. Because
actually,
we can't
there's quite a few in the history of the
okay. But no one has gotten 35 home runs, 12 wins. His ERA is under 2 as a pitcher. Like,
but that's what I was saying earlier. If you're going to put all these numbers in together, which I know that's why I wanted 21, and Gardini kind of leans to this point too. Gardini said Aaron Judge is the MVP, but Ohtani is the best player in baseball. It's the most cognitive argument. He is the best player in baseball because of all the multiple things he can do. But why not win it every year then? Because he can pitch, he can hit for numbers, he can pitch for numbers. So you're combining all that. The aspect he has that the other players don't is that he pitches.
You know, I'm not
He can win it every year then,
fan, right? You know, I'm not a LeBron fan.
I know you're not, but you're not unrealistic. Like you're not.
But I'm not a hater.
Better than
No. I'm not a hater. LeBron should win MVP every single year. Think about it.
Should, right. I mean, you could argue that, sure.
Every single year.
The age he's at, the numbers he puts up.
His whole career in Cleveland, he should have won MVP every single year. Because if you take that man off, which we've seen, you take LeBron off, and what happens? Boop, they tank.
15 wins the next year. Last place immediately. You're right. That's true. That's true.
So why is he not winning MVP every single year? I tell you, the MVP is
because he gets tired of giving it to the same person.
But it should be. I'm sorry. I hate it, but it's Nikes.
Gardini, Aaron Judge. I already read that. Gardini, Lou. I can DM you, but your concept is very, very flawed, and I can straighten you out. He's not 2.5 in every category. He's batting 260.
Which is good.
Oh, top 5. I said he's not 2. Oh, Michael said that. I'm sorry, I wasn't Gardini. Michael said he's not top 5 in every category. He's hitting 260. Sorry, Gardini did not say that. Michael said that. Michael said he's not top 5 in every category. He's batting 260. Talk
to me. What's his stats? Tell me what his stats are. I'm sorry, I don't have the extra keyboard today, so.
Gardini said, I can DM you, but your concept is very, very flawed. I can straighten you out. You can DM
it's
me on Twitter.
It's all right. I understand.
Probably different. Oh, go ahead, talk. I'm going to look that up.
What I'm trying to say is this. If you had to start a team right now, today, and I want you guys to be honest, don't be homers. I do not want you to be homers. Because we can all pick out. I could pick, Alonso, Lindor, DeGrom every single time.
Well, I picked DeGrom over anybody. That it would do.
But don't be a homer. If you had to start a team today, who's going to be your first? Who are you drafting first? Tommy or you Judge?
Oh, well, I go with Gardini's point. Ohtani's the best player in the game. There's no doubt about it. He is the best player.
Okay. So why he's not the most valuable then?
Because you're going by numbers. I'm trying to find them here. My phone's moving at 2 miles an hour.
Well, if you're saying numbers and you're just talking about Judge's home runs.
Well, he's also hitting 307. That's 122 RBIs. He's not. Ohtani's not even in the top 10 in the batting average. He's not even in the top 10.
Okay. Last question.
He's not.
Leave it at this. If I put that man in the Yankees lineup, or I put Ohtani in the Mets lineup, or let's just say the Dodgers lineup, a big time lineup where they cannot pitch around him, which he'll have people in front of him, to drive in. What would you think his numbers would be? Hypothetically speaking.
To Michael's point, which is true, how can he basically, these are my words, how can he win MVP? But I'll finish it with his. He's not top 5 in any offensive category. So how can he be considered for MVP? He's not in top 5 in any offensive. He looked it up. Yeah, he's not top 5 in any offensive category. So how can he take that over somebody that is?
Look up this. What was his name that looked it up?
Michael Jeremy is actually really good with this stuff.
No. Michael, look this up. The year that King Felix won the Cy Young. Look up his stats. He was 12-13, but he was the most dominant pitcher in that year. You're gonna tell me that Ohtani's not the dominant player this
He's playing on a last place. Well, Judge has been more valuable to his team than Ohtani's been to his this year. He's also behind. I'm reading right now. Gardini says he's behind. He's behind in WAR and WPA, and Judge is having the first 200-plus WRC season since Barry Bonds. So there are different levels to this season that he's having.
Not taking nothing away from Judge. I promise you.
He said, Lou, Michael said, Lou, if squares were around, they could roll. What's their point?
Yeah, just like when we was in preschool, if we could put the squares in the circular pegs, same thing. I understand.
It's hard with Ohtani. I mean, he is the best overall player in baseball, but he's not even in the top 5 in any offensive category. So you'd have to throw
In
a
two
lot of
positions, though.
Listen, I get it. That's what I'm saying. He could win it every year, but Judge comparatively he's been more important to this team than Ohtani's been to his. What has Ohtani done? Kept him in front of the A's?
Michael's a Yankee fan?
Yes.
Tell him to look up what CC said today.
Yeah, Ohtani should be the winner. So what? No one's being homers. I'm not being a homer for Judge.
No,
Overall,
I know. I promise you. I know. I got you.
Ohtani's been a better player. But if he's not even in the top 5 in any category of offense, why should he be considered? Because he pitches? Other players don't pitch.
But that's what
I know your point. I'm not even debating your whole point. I understand your point. You're making a good argument. I understand your point. That's not something I'm going to go deep on.
I promise you.
If he was in the top 5 or, number 2 or right there with Judge in a lot of those areas, I could see it more. But because he pitches and other people don't, that gives him the X factor that other players don't have. But Judge has been especially during the slump, he's been very important to the Yankees. Very important. Without him, they wouldn't even be in first.
If you put Tommy in a team that's 500 right now, let's forget about Anaheim, because seriously, that team is just.
Well, that's the point, Mike. Before you might add on to what you're saying, Michael said to you, how has Ohtani helped his team get out of last place?
Look, this is not basketball. He can't carry a team on his back. We've seen Barry Bonds get walked with bases loaded because they don't want him to beat him. That was a way that made his team win. But when your team is this bad and having the 2 best players in baseball, it's hard for his numbers to be great. Imagine if he was in the let's say Toronto or I'm trying to think of teams that are kind of like right there, Minnesota, Cleveland, teams that I know that are fighting for this wild card or for the division. That man would have made such a big deal in these teams, much bigger than Judge. It's just he's playing on a last place team. And
he's playing on a last place team, which is Michael's point. Cadini says the most dominant offensive season since the best player in history cannot be outweighed by great pitching and great hitting. Judge is having a real dominant season.
Oh, no. I promise you. I think he's having a monster. Look, he's having a top 10 season of all time.
What if Judge was batting right? Michael says, what if Judge was batting 4th? He'd have 170 RBIs right now. He's batting 2nd, has 122.
Oh, no.
Second.
Once again, I'm not taking nothing away from this man. I've always told you this. Mama, there goes that man. He's a bad, bad man. I'm not going to lie to you. Look what he did today.
He's brought the Yankees back in this like twice. He's hit 2 home runs today.
He's brought the Yankee back all season long.
That's what we're saying. That's the point. He's really carried the Yankees.
Look, I'm just
throwing this out
because we need some kind of who else can you put up against this man?
Nobody. And Ohtani. I mean, Ohtani has that X factor of the pitching, and yes, he is a freak of nature doing what he does. But if you're not even in the top 5 and you're on a last place team, it's really hard to argue it against the guy that's been killing it all year.
Dude, my team is in first place, and we only have 1 pitcher. That's 12 games.
I know.
Come on. My team is in first place all year, and I think we only have 1 person. We only have 1 person in that whole freaking lineup that has a rotation that has 12 wins on a winning team that's going to win almost 100 games. That says a lot.
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah, Raleigh, it is a tight game so far. Here we are again, going to extra innings, maybe. Michael said the fact is, if Judge wasn't on the Yankees, they aren't in first place, maybe not even make the playoffs, period. The way they were playing through August, and it's true. That's really what he's going to win.
Wait, look, let's cut the first season off. The first half of the season, let's cut that off. We have to cut that off. Sorry, we have to cut that off. What he's been doing recently, yes. But the first half of the season, they were just a juggernaut. They were scoring 12, 13 points. Like it
Oh
was,
yeah, well, we're talking
it
about
was
the
going,
second
yeah,
half, right? Do you know in
yeah,
the
second
second
half.
half? Yeah, the second half of the season, by the way, up until this is a status from a few games ago, but it's still worth saying. The Orioles are the number one since the second half started. The Orioles were the number one team in the AL East, and just a few games ago, the Yankees were dead last, 12 games behind the Orioles since the second half. That's just 3 or 4 games ago. Okay, so without Judge, this second half right now, they really wouldn't have held off the Rays or the Jays that were coming on them, man. Even today, they're losing, he brings them back. Losing again, brings them back. The guy is he's also a gold glove fielder and now playing center. Yeah,
oh man,
right.
he has a cannon. Forget about the glove. What about his arm out there?
Oh, come on, man. He's a freaking cannon.
Nobody runs off that man. Trust me, nobody runs. Look,
trust me, runners go around third and they're looking at this is it Cabrera with the ball?
The third baseman. They're looking at the third baseman like, stop. Look, man, like I said, I'm not.
They actually tested Cabrera's arm the other day, and he threw this dude out, and it was called safe, but he threw this guy on a line. Oh, like Cabrera's unreal.
Look, I'm not sitting here telling you that Tommy's gonna win, but I'm just trying to give you guys something here. That's the only guy that I can think that even being even close to holding a torch to Judge, man.
Yeah, Gardini said we have the most injuries. Yeah, we talked about the injuries on the team already. They are real substantial injuries, Gardini.
But
it's true.
I'm going to go back to this. We'll go back to this, Johnny. Go back to this. Because, yeah, you guys wiped me out. I agree. All right. Hands down, MVP. $8 million is going to cost you guys an extra. I think they will offer him like 250 something. It wasn't even close to 300. It was like 250 something. And he wanted 8 million more. That's what he wanted was 8 million more, man. Cashman, I blame you, Cashman. Hold on, let me look at my camera. Cashman, I'm gonna blame you if he walks away.
He's still gonna be a Yankee next year. I'm not sold that he won't.
He's not gonna be a Yankee.
He'll be a Yankee. Why won't he be?
Not gonna be.
Yankees have a ton of money. Why won't he be?
I'll give you one reason.
Everybody thinks the Judge is not going to be a Yankee. He's going to be a Yankee.
Hold on. One reason. It's called the Players Union. Baseball's Players Union is the best union of any league right now. Let me tell you this. There is not guaranteed contracts. NFL now, they're starting to be, guaranteed contract. Do you remember when A-Rod was going to sign with Boston?
Yes, I remember that whole story. Yep.
Yankees
he was going to take a pay cut.
He was going to take a pay cut.
No, finish your point. I know where you're going.
What did the Players Union told him? You cannot do this, A-Rod, because what's going to happen, everybody behind you is going to suffer. He ended up signing with the Yankees. $8 million. So let's just say they offer him $350. Let's say they offer him $350, right? Now you got San Francisco that's telling you that, we are waiting for a player like this player, and we're going to go all in because we have so many contracts going on. Let's just say they offer him $400 million. Where's he going?
The Yankees, he's still going to be on the Yankees, dude. I'm telling you. You guys don't want him to be on the Yankees. He's going to be on the Yankees. The Yankees are going to pay him. They're going to have to eat it. They're going to pay him.
They're going to have to eat a lot.
They will.
For $8 million.
Is it unheard of that the Yankees have never overpaid for players before? They've definitely overpaid for tons of players.
Dude, I can name you
$25 million a year.
Dude, I can name you so many players that they have always, overpaid for. But
that's true, Michael. They haven't fielded a full team since the old. Yeah, those are significant injuries the Yankees have. There's no doubt.
Okay, so what about this too? Last thing I'm going to say about this, about this. Let's just say you're a Judge, right, John? You're a Judge, and you tell the Yankees, "Hey, I want to end my career here. This is where I want to be. I love the Yankees, but I want 258." And they're like, "No, we're going to give you 250." And you're like, "No, 258. If the season starts, we're not going to go through negotiation. We're going to go through arbitration," which that's what they did. And you still didn't get what you want. You don't think that's a slap in the face?
Sure it is. They did it to Jeter. They They say he even asked Cashman when he couldn't. He said that's when he learned the business of the end. All the things Jeter did for the Yankees, and he said to Cashman, well, who would you rather have at short besides me? And he said Cashman answered it. He said Hanley Ramirez. Like, but they still signed him. They still signed him.
How many big contracts did Jeter sign before that happened?
I'm just saying, Cashman will come around. That's my point. It's not the money part.
No. For me, it's more of a disrespect kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
It is a disrespect, 100%. And that's what I mean. I'm just talking about the disrespect even that they gave Jeter. Like, why am I sitting here going to arbitration, fighting all this stuff when I'm like, Mr.
And I'm the captain. I'm the
captain. I'm Mr. November. I'm freaking, everything. What more can I do? Right?
Mr. November. Yes, Mr. November. I remember that.
The first and only.
The first and only Mr. November. That was after 9/11, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah. Yep.
When the season got pushed back. Yep. And also, our first. Once again, my condolences and my shout out. Not trying to be rude or disrespectful to anyone that lost anyone in 9/11. As a New Yorker, John's a New Yorker. We still feel it. It still feels like yesterday. Not to bring the show down real quick, but yeah,
hey,
we're still mourning. We're still mourning.
There's a few. 100%, man. 100%. Still a big deal, man. Still a really big deal.
Yes, sir.
That's why other people are getting on solid talking about receipts. Like, dude, we just came off like 9/11. You're worried about taking receipts of, dude, the team's bad. Anyway,
I'm listening, brother. Go ahead. San Francisco just took the lead. 1-0 against Atlanta. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm going to rip through a few of these. Gardini said it really. Well, they gave him money on previous years, and it was accurate value. Yankees will overpay with Chapman and Britton. That's true. And they're coming off the books. It'd be 50+ million. Michael said, won't be surprised if he signs with the Mets, but the Yankees have more money than any other team. Both of those are true, and I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up on the Mets. Raleigh said Yanks need to pay him or lose all of his talent in the future. I agree with that. And Michael, Judge is the face of the Yankees. I think it does matter to him. By the way, I will add on to Michael's comment there, Lou. Darryl Strawberry. Darryl Strawberry told Judge whenever the All-Timers Day was, or around that time, Darryl Strawberry said the biggest mistake he made was leaving New York. Leaving the Mets, leaving New York, going to, I think he went to LA or the Giants, one of those two first.
Yeah, he went to LA.
He said the fans, the fanfare, the whole media, like all of it. When you're the face of a team in New York, you stay. And it's like, you stay. He told him he shouldn't leave because you go somewhere else, it's different. You don't realize it until you're gone. Look at Freddie Freeman. He almost cried being away from Atlanta, right? I mean, the guy's killing it, but Judge is the face of the Yankees. You got it made here, man. You got disrespected by Brian Cashman. Yes, he has every right to feel disrespected. But the money they've paid him is based on previous years, to Gardini's point. And Judge, up until this year, was hurt every year. Guy was hurt every year. Productive, but hurt a lot. So how you know that the guy's going to come out not get hurt significantly at all this season, be killing it like he is? I mean, this is the greatest season he's ever had by far as a Yankee. And
not saying like that, but that's the same thing that the Mets have with DeGrom. We're going to give him that extension. Supposedly they offered him a 5-year extension, but he hasn't been, Mr. Durable.
Oh, DeGrom, right. That's true, and he could opt out.
And remember, he's from San Francisco. He's not from out here. He's from the other side.
Right. Raleigh is bringing in a point, and Raleigh, you have a really important point. I agree with this 100%. Johnny, when are you going to get yourself a nice couch chair for yourself instead of down there in the basement instead of what I'm sitting on? See, you're hitting on the points that really do matter. When am I going to get a couch chair down here?
You know why John doesn't care? Because he's having more fun talking to you guys and talking to me, having me on. He can sit on a freaking brick right now, and he's still going to be happy to be here, guys.
Yep, I love being here. I tell him all the time. He can go play for
What about taxes? And a lot of people forget about taxes. I know you guys, we don't think about taxes because we are where we are.
But you're going to get murdered in Cali if he goes to San Francisco. What do you think is going to happen to him out there?
Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I retract my comment.
So much for that point. You
I
don't
didn't
like
think
the
about
Jets
that.
trying, you don't like the Jets offense trying to take flight, and it never happened. The, Michael said he actually can go. Judge could go play for a last place team like the Angels. Boom, boom, boom.
No, it's San Francisco. They got the
No,
money.
I know that. He's just making a joke about
Yeah,
being.
no, I got you. I
Playing
got you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Um, even across the pond, across the bridge, the Mets have money. I mean, it's kind of hard. We're gonna have to
Oh, the
pay
Mets
him.
got tons of money. I could see him being on the Mets. I just would hope and pray that the Yankees. I really, until he's not a Yankee, I won't believe he won't be one. I'll just be ignorant.
And then, hold on. As a Yankee fan, John, as a Yankee fan, do you want to pump 350 mil because it's gonna be north of 300, 325 easily? Are you willing to put 350 mil to $400 million on Judge for 10 to 15 years or 10 to 12 years, knowing that he's almost 7 feet tall? If he gets hurt, it's guaranteed money. That's another thing you have to look at.
Well, I'm looking at it from a Yankee perspective, where the Yankees do overpay for players, and then when they get rid of them, if they feel they're going to win now and they want to win now, and they have a lot of pressure, and Cashman does have a lot of pressure on them because they haven't even been in a World Series since '09. You wanted to go in the opposite direction and not pay this guy, and then have the organization fall down a bit. The Yankees have overpaid for plenty of players. They want to sign him to 10 years. The last 5 will probably be completely unproductive because it'll be close to 40. Then you get him, they'll pay for him on another team. That's what they do. That's what the Yankees
What
do.
about what do you think Otami's going to get?
Tani, I don't think is going to be an Angel for long. I don't think he's going to be.
He can opt out this year.
I know. I don't think he's going to stay with the Angels. Mike Trout wants to be with the Angels forever. That's fine. I know the media and the analysts all hate it because he's buried on the Angels, but he seems to like it there. Otani, you think they'd pay him the same amount of money they pay Trout? No.
There's no pressure over there. Think
There's
about
no
it.
pressure.
He can be the #1 dude in baseball, strike out, get hurt, play 1 season in 2 years, and still not have to worry about pressure. Do what he's doing in New York. I don't care if you're the best player in New York. If you had the 10 seasons that, let me not say 10. Let's just say Trout was on the Yankees his last 5 years. I don't even think he had 2 or 3 years that he played from end to finish. Most of those years he's been hurt. Imagine he was in New York. They would have booed his ass. He would have been gone.
Raleigh says, the same here. I got my pile of bricks I sit on, but I don't care because I'm in the basement. That's right. You're in the basement. Plus, you're a Marine, so that won't bother you anyway. Bricks ain't going to bother you. And Michael said something that's kind of funny. He said, what's the matter? Short people don't get hurt?
They really don't. Think about it. Think about Tube. Think about what's the dude from freaking
hurt. Benintendi's already hurt. He's a short guy.
But hold on. I'm gonna bring short people into
Benintendi's hurt. Dude, you're gonna turn this basement into a whole different conversation.
No. Hold on. I want to be politically correct.
Benintendi is hurt. He's a short guy. I already see where this is gonna go.
Look at Tuve. Look at Pedroia.
Bruin, see you later, brother. Always appreciate you being in. We'll see you tomorrow night, Bruin. Thanks for always screwing up the basement, brother.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, so anyway, Benintendi gets hurt. Didn't Jose Reyes, he got hurt quite a bit, didn't he?
Towards the ending of his career, his hamstring, yes.
Still short, still got injured.
Hey, he's probably taller than me. Look at Chris Biggio. Oh my Lord. Let's just look. I think, you know who's on it right now? Who's on it, believe it like this, is Tom Brady. He goes, F pushing weights. He goes, flexibility is the key. Look where he's at. Was it yesterday? Was it Monday night? He was the oldest quarterback to start, 46 years old.
Yeah. Well, listen, man. That's what the biggest, most muscular dudes get hurt a lot because their tendons, they're already holding too much weight with the muscles. That's right, Michael Benintendi. See, we're on the boom. What is that there on the short, tall people getting hurt? You walked into that one. I left it alone, but Michael brought it up short. I was thinking it when you
Oh,
said
man.
it, and I just didn't bother saying it, but Michael said it. It's true.
Did Jeff Knobloch ever get hurt? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many damn short. Look, Ricky Henderson. That dude was a monster. That dude never missed a game.
Yo, Ricky Henderson. We were talking about. Everybody talks about Joe DiMaggio's being the most almost untouchable. I was like, no, Ricky Henderson's stolen base record is going to be by far the most untouchable. Guy, 130. I'm rounding it, but I think it's 134 he has.
You know who led the league last year in stolen bases? Sterling Marte with like 30.
Right, the last one to have close to 100. You ready for this? Was Jacoby Ellsbury at 70. Michael said define short. Right. What is short? What's a short player getting hurt? Define short. Under 6 feet, 5'8", 5'9", what?
Definitely under 6
feet. You really opened the door with that 7 foot. Yeah, you really opened the door here, Lou.
Because think about it.
All short and tall questions go to Lou. He opened that door, not me.
Look, and I'm going to say this again.
I'll go to him, Michael. You just hammer away at Lou on that. That's fine. Oh, Aaron Hicks. Aaron Hicks, the pinch hit. Just what we want. Aaron Hicks pinch hitting with our ghost runner on second. Anyway, Lou, go ahead with your short call.
Oh, and look, let me gobble up let me go at Buck. I haven't gone at Buck all year. I have not gone Buck at all year. All year. And Buck we trust. How you put Ruff to bat up with bases loaded, pinch hit? This dude has not hit nothing in the last 30 at bats, 25 at bats, and you put him to pinch hit? Like, come on, Buck.
That's basically what Boone's doing right now with Aaron Hicks. Why is Aaron Hicks even in the game?
It's funny, and I don't want to dwell on this because I don't want to, because it's gonna hurt me the rest of the season. You asked me, why is him and a couple of other big time managers don't win the World Series? Why?
Right, Dusty Baker, Buck. These are some of the greatest managers ever. Why don't they win? There's something they don't. Marty Schottenheimer in the NFL. How many 13 and 14 win seasons the guy have? But what happens to where they don't
cross that hump?
Cross that hump. And what happens? What happens? I don't, because they're outstanding managers. You hire either one of those guys for your team. Look at how Dusty Baker took the Astros, took over the whole mess that they were going to walk into after that. You know, they thought they had a free pass because of 2020. The fans will forget. No, they didn't. They had a rough 2021, getting booed, getting thrown at. Dusty Baker more than righted the ship, knew how to handle the media, knew how to handle the players, knew how to handle what situations each player should be in. Like, look, they know the game. They know the game better than, as good as anybody, right, in history. But what happens to these kind of managers that you would take almost over anybody? And what happens in the playoffs? What happens? They make all the right decisions, or mostly, to get to where these teams are. Because Dusty said, I don't understand why we get booed. There's like 2 or 3 players left from that team. Like, why is everybody still booing? They're booing the organization. Who are they booing? Because most of the players on the team aren't even here anymore. But yet, look at them. They still win. The Astros are still around. They're still the team. They're still around.
I don't know what it is, Don.
I don't know. With Buck, too. It's like, I don't know. But because of Buck, the Mets
we are what we are. Oh, no. Look, I'm not taking nothing away from that. I promise you.
They are where they are because Mickey Callaway and Luis Rojas, the last 2 geniuses you had in the dugout. You guys would have been well out of lost first place a long time ago, like last year. Raleigh said, Tom Brady is probably the best at stretching his playing days. I mean, we might never see a 45-year-old MVP level quarterback. Amen. Knobloch didn't get, Michael said Knobloch didn't get hurt, but he couldn't throw the ball from second to first.
Yeah,
right.
We talk about the yips, you know what I'm saying? But he was still a productive player.
Yeah. Good point. Marv Levy, 4 straight Super Bowls and couldn't win. Another Hall of Fame coach, and couldn't win with great teams. The Buffalo Bills, back when the Giants beat, had one of the greatest offenses in the history of the game. And no one talks about the Bills. We've always said about Bruce Smith. Bruce Smith is as good as Reggie White. As much as people don't want to say it, Bruce Smith is as good or better than Reggie White was, and no one wants to say why he never won a Super Bowl. Thurman Thomas, great running back. And
Reed.
Andre Reed, wide receiver. Yeah, sure. Yep. They had the team. They had the team, man. But Marv, yeah. Don't remind me, Michael Raleigh's a Bills fan. Yeah, that's right. Marv Levy, man, he's not considered. Talked about him. You know what's funny when they talk about the greatest head coaches of all time? How about a guy who had an undefeated season and won a couple? Is Don Shula. He never gets mentioned in these things.
Never gets
You always hear
mentioned.
Bill Walsh,
I think
Belichick. You never hear Don Walsh.
I think most of it is time where you've been, where you when you played, when you coached,
You know, it's
compared
funny.
to
Yeah.
now.
Yep.
Look, like
Okay.
it's funny how uh is it Adrian Foster, the running back from
Texans.
Houston,
The Texans. Yeah.
Texas.
I remember him.
If it would have been in the 80s, people would not saying that they wouldn't have talked about him because he had a great stellar season. But I was telling my boy to trade him first or second game. You know who it was? What's that idiot's name? You know who it is from Verizon. Simeon.
Oh, I bothered with that guy, man. Get rid of that guy.
Anyways, I told
Nothing about
Simeon,
sports.
trade him now.
This is a guy, everybody, that we used to work with. Me and Lou used to work with this guy in a building. This guy knew nothing. He's a diehard Philly everything fan and knew nothing.
He was born in Philly, spent 3 hours there, and his family moved him to Florida. So I'll leave it at that. But anyway, nowadays with the social media and so much stuff, I think some of these players, coaches, get more love because of the era that they're playing in. Making it to 4 straight Super Bowl, that's unheard of unless you're the Patriots. You know what I'm saying?
No one's ever done it. No one's ever done it but them. The Bills are the only one to make 4 straight.
One time you lost to the Giants once again because your boy missed a field goal. But you had the most dynamic offense that was unmatched around that time. Like you were running slots, slants at the same time. You have one,
Well, they did the 2-minute offense, which nobody did for the whole game. The hurry-up offense went in for the whole game. No one did it that time. The only reason in the Super Bowl they had a problem is because the Giants held the ball for over 40 minutes of game time from Bill Parcells running Otis Anderson. You ran the ball, run the clock, ran the ball. That's good coaching. You kept them off the field. And yeah, Michael Cornelius Bennett, another big star from that team, along with Shane Conlon. Remember him? I remember him.
Bavaro? Was it the tight end Bavaro?
Oh, no, I was talking about the Bills, but yeah, Bavaro was on the
the Giants.
Mark Bavaro's K-Gun. Yeah, you're right. Go ahead.
It's a lot of it's not the same thing, but it's similarities. A lot of these new rappers nowadays are making so much money. I mean, these guys that have no lyrics, they're not lyricists. They're garbage. Excuse my language. They're garbage. Not saying they're garbage because their hustle game is good and they're making more money than me.
So well, they're doing what the era is calling them to do.
But exactly. But a lot of the old school rappers are upset because these new rappers are making so much money, but they're not lyricists. They're not carrying the torch. They're not. In the 80s, we had Public Enemy. We had Queen Latifah, MC. Third
Run DMC.
Run DMC. They were teaching us something. They were
Cypress
teaching
Hill
us how to be.
Out. Yeah, sure.
Cypress Hill, even Cypress Hill, as much as they were a little gangster. Cypress Hill. We had.
Well, they were really the originators to me of rock rap. I know the Beastie Boys were, but I mean, they Cypress Hill brought it. Every metal fan I know, even if they didn't like rap, loved Cypress Hill. Everybody.
Even KRS-One. Let's just say KRS-One.
KRS-One. Now there's a lyricist right there. A guy can spit out anything
of all times. But his rapping was teaching the youth how to be better, how to educate themselves, how the system is trying to oppress them, how forget the cops, do what you have to do, get school, get knowledge. And he made no money. I mean, he's a college professor though, but he didn't make the amount of money that little Yachty and all these little everybody else is making. These new rappers are teaching these kids how to do drugs, how to, there's no education yet, but they're making a lot of money. It's because of the internet.
Well, the players today have a problem. The old school players have it, like Barkley and them have problems with today's players. It's the same thing. The eras of different things. It's got the easy way of making
Herman Williams.
Huh?
Herman Williams. Oh, last point. I'm going to say this. That one, the first NFL lockout was, I think, it was maybe around like 90 something to 2000, with the first NFL lockout.
Yeah.
That it was I know Emmitt Smith was there, and a couple of Michael Irving, Deion Sanders. What was the other guy? Harris from San Francisco, and a
Just
couple
as
of
a
other players.
joke. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So all these guys wanted to, they were boycotting the NFL season. But what happened was, after the second or third paycheck that they weren't getting paid, they crossed the line. You know why? Because they couldn't afford it, because they were spending their
Right.
money unwisely. Now you got a dude like Herman Edwards that goes to every single rookie camp and teaches them, hey, invest your money. Forget about the Rolex. Forget about the Mercedes. Invest your money. If there's another lockout in the next couple of years, the NFL's in trouble, because all these players now, most of them, yeah, they're coming from broken down homes, but they're smarter. They got business aspects, and they're going to save their money. What's this guy's name? Gronkowski. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right. His father told him he cannot spend no money from his first or second contract. All the money that he has spent has been from endorsements. He has not spent not $1 from his contract, any of his contracts.
I hear you. Yeah, good. Gronkowski. I hear you on that. I was laughing up here because Jerry's Familia is trying to keep the Red Sox in this thing, and they. I don't know if it's a double play or not or what. Jerry's Familia, your boy.
He's still playing?
Guess so, because I'm like, this guy looks familiar on the mound. It is Familia. Yep, he's there. Michael said, this is definitely a joke. He said, especially the short rappers, they're making all kinds of money, the short ones.
Look at Drake. Look at
Raleigh said, look up Yeet the rapper. Maybe he can change your opinion on some modern rappers. I don't know anything about, I know about old school everything when it comes to rock, rap, and all that. I was into all that back. Stanton has a 133 batting average against Familia. That's interesting. We have first and third, 2 outs. Stanton's up. We need this run so we can close this game out. I don't know. Maybe it's you, Lucas. Every time I do a game with you, we go to extra innings. Has to be you.
No way. It's me?
I think the last couple of times that we did games, we went to extra innings.
They have gone.
Every other time I see teams, when I'm watching highlights, I go to extra innings, they all end in the 10th inning. The Yankees, they go on forever. I mean, they don't like.
You guys are going to win right now. Familia's going to walk and get hit, and a couple of other walks. Yeah, I know.
I would expect so. We just you just grounded a double play, but I expect Stanton to get a key hit here and score a run. We have a runner on third with 2 outs and Stanton up. All he has to do is get a damn single. Let's end the game. I mean, when we ended, we got to do the bottom of the ninth because we're away.
I'm telling you, New Yorkers, excuse my language, I'm going to say this. I'm sorry, John, I have to say it. New York fans are a bunch of assholes. Do you understand that the year that we went to the World Series, Familia saved 38 out of like 32 out of 38 saves, and yeah, he had a little bad in the playoffs. But dude, he had one of the greatest seasons of a closer ever.
Oh, he did. When he was with the Mets, he did really well, but
yeah,
then he fell off the map quickly.
It's just when we played against the Dodgers and Atlanta.
Yeah, we played against good teams. The guy couldn't get it done. Right. Man, as long as we kept playing the freaking Nationals or the Diamondbacks, man, he was money. Right.
He was money. Oh, my Lord.
When those damn first place team came around, they couldn't do it. There you go,
Stan. Glad he's not on my team anymore. I'm not even sweating right now watching him pitch.
Lockport, I agree. Hicks better not be on that playoff roster. 100% I agree. He better not be. He's a waste of space. I don't even know why you pinch hit him to begin with. Why would you bring in Hicks? Guy does nothing. I always say this on every live stream, that of all people that hated Joey Gallo getting traded, it was Aaron Hicks, because the suck radar went from Gallo right to Hicks. He was the next guy in line to being like, now you're the guy that sucks the most on this team. Because Gallo owned that. Hicks.
Don't worry, guys. You got Familia.
Yep. Walk. There you go. Now it's basically.
I'm ahead of you. I'm ahead of you. I'm ahead of you a little bit.
All right.
But don't worry, guys. You got Familia pitching for Boston.
I think
And I'm
that's
not gonna mess it up for you. Whatever he does, I'm not gonna mess it up for you. I promise.
Anybody in the room, by the way, subscribe, bell notice, hit the like button, keep the basement rolling. Keep the basement rolling. We're almost, well, damn, we're not far from 1,000 subs, man. Not far. We're almost
No, I
700.
told you, middle
Almost
of
700 already.
I told you game 6 or 7, right? NFL. 6 or 7, I
6 or
told you.
7 by the NFL, you think I'll be over
Yep,
1,000?
I told you halfway, but I'm gonna say 6 or 7.
All right, so 5 weeks. Lou's call in 5 weeks. The basement will be over 1,000 subs in 5 weeks. We should have an over-under. We should
Or
have
at least
over-under.
very close, John. At least very close. Because seriously, I'm watching a lot of other people because that's what I do. I do my research. Ain't nobody like you on this. Nobody like you, John.
I do.
I promise
Listen,
you. Not being a homer either.
I would never accuse you of being a homer.
Ever.
And I'm being serious. I'm being serious. I know you're not. That's why I told guys when people are asking where you were, I'm like, Lou, the only reason Lou's not here is not because the Mets are losing or lost first. Well, they had lost first place at that time. So that has nothing to do with it. Lou will be on here.
Okay,
He'll
one
talk
day.
it. He'll talk it and he'll eat it, just like I do. You know? I mean, like when people come around and say, hey, man, your Jets suck. Ooh, boy, wow, did you just find that out? Like,
Ooh,
whoa.
exactly.
Talking
UNC
crap
too.
as a Jets fan to other teams is great because it's like having a lifelong sentence that you don't care anymore. Oh, yeah, you want to beat up on my team?
You don't see our two big collapse, monumental collapse that we've had in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Get out of here with that BS, man.
Want to make fun of the Jets? Okay. Where do you want to start? I can hop on that party all day. You know what I mean? You ain't hurting me. Ain't hurting me. So come on, Torres, let's go. Let's go. Good old Glaber looking at pitches right down the middle. That's what he likes to do.
Can't believe Familia's still pitching. That's crazy.
He likes looking at pitches right down the middle. If Familia's still pitching. Why? Because Boston, like, you know, I don't know what to say on that. I'm trying. I touched one freaking button. I lose my chance.
I know what to say. Don't worry about it. Like I said.
Not one run. Really? 2 runs come in. Where's my Red Sox fans talking crap? 6-4 Yankees. 7-4 Yankees. Where'd they all go? Huh?
John, didn't I call it? Familia pitching, big time. Oh, he's gonna give it up.
You did. You actually did. You said, I said, well, there's 2 outs. You're like,
time.
I said, Lou, there's 2 outs. You're like, yeah, Familia's pitching. He'll still walk somebody, still give up a hit. And that's long before they did. So.
Oh, exactly. Look, see, look. I lived his career, brother. I lived his career for like 10 years. I
lost the chat. I got it back, guys. I got it back. Glaber. Lou with the moves. Yep, I got the. Torres had bases loaded 17 times this year. 1 hit, a triple. Terrible. Yeah, Lockport, I hear you on that.
Yeah, but you know who's pitching? Familia.
Let me catch up. I lost the chat for a while, guys. Sorry, I was not ignoring you guys. I wasn't. I just.
Oh, man.
I had one freaking button and I lose the chat. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, man.
I want to, look, not to say that I will, because that dude is a big dude. But if I ever see Familia, I would like to punch him in his fucking nose. Pow! One time.
Turbo Duran, the Dodger fan. Hey, that rhymes. Turbo Duran, the Dodger fan. He's in the room, man. He said, hello, baseball, Johnny and Lou. Yep, Turbo, you're always welcome in here, brother.
Turbo, hell yeah.
Dweller. Raleigh says, I finally can talk crap on other teams because the Bills can actually back it up. Hell yeah, you have every right to talk the crap. I can't wait for the day the Jets ever put me in a position that I can talk trash because you as a Bills fan can talk it as much as you want to talk it. Raleigh said Lou's got all the moves. Lockport, negative energy works. Hell yeah, negative energy, but Familia, yes, it works.
No, it's not negative energy, is what he does. Remember, we got Familia. Oh no, that was Benitez. We got Benitez from Baltimore. Benitez too. Benitez was doing good for us, but Couldn't beat the best.
Armando Benitez did really well for you guys for a while.
Yes.
He did.
But couldn't beat the big. He couldn't beat Atlanta. He
Right,
couldn't beat the
big teams.
Phillies. He couldn't
Right.
beat LA. He couldn't beat the teams that we needed him to beat.
Rick the Ninja's back. Rick the Ninja said, all too familiar feeling. All too of a familiar feeling. I see what you did there. All too familiar feeling.
I got you too. I just told you, man. Come on, man. I've seen this story before. I've seen this movie before multiple times.
Rick always comes in. He says nothing for innings. That's why he's Rick the Ninja. And he comes out of nowhere and has something funny to say or some point to make or answers a trivia question out of nowhere. Rick is a ninja. He does. He shows up in the first inning. Then you don't see him till like the sixth. Then he shows up again. So he's always there. He just doesn't say anything.
Better than Mark.
Mark,
where are you, Mark? I'm looking at you, Mark. Where are you?
Mark and Gunner's, but Gunner said his job is he's a bowling alley mechanic. He said his job is he's the only mechanic now. Someone quit or left, so he's doubled up on work. You know, we always look for the dwellers I haven't seen. So, and he's a real regular. Yep.
Yes, sir.
I love that Lockport and Gunner. I think a couple other guys, when they're in other chats, they see each other in other chat rooms. They always yell out,
John, I got to pee real quick. Sorry. Hold on.
Sox fans rushing the exits. Hell yeah, Michael Jeremiah, you're too tall for that keyboard, John. That's going to be the ongoing joke from now on. Tall and short stuff. Yes, I'm too tall for. Good one, Michael. I love it. Rick's playing in the game. That's why. There you go, Raleigh. Yeah, Rick's playing in the game. Anybody new in the basement, subscribe, bell notice, hit the like button. Keep the basement rolling. Lou says we're going to be at 1,000 subs come week 7 of the NFL. That's a pretty tall order, I think. But we're over 700. We're a little over 700 now, so we're getting there. We're getting there thanks to you guys. So, and we have the I'm sorry, we don't have the biggest chat. I don't have the biggest amount of subscribers, but I'll tell you what, we got the best chat on YouTube. We got the best. What'd you hit him for? Come on, man, with the hitting of the batter. Come on, Holmes. So we got first and second now. We got a 3-run lead. Nobody out. Holmes hit freaking the 9th hitter in the order. Yep, hit him right in the foot. Anyway, we got the best chat. Why? Because you guys are knowledgeable. We have a lot of great interaction. And we're just a bunch of fans. We're just a bunch of fans and obnoxious, entitled Yankee fans, and talk about other sports, man. That's this whole channel is made. It's great. Why? Because you guys make it great. We come on here and do what we can do. You guys are on there. And we're just being ourselves. That's what makes this chat room the greatest chat room on YouTube. Am I being biased? Hell yeah, I'm being biased. But you can go look at other ones. Doesn't matter the knowledge. We all have knowledge in here too. It's how everything is carried amongst the dwellers, amongst me and Lou. And this is all the back and forth that everybody gives each other, man. That is what's up. And I'll be at the Giants game on Sunday. That's what's up with my son. And I'm going to come on live a couple of times during that game at MetLife, man. So that'll be a lot of fun. That's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see. Michael, you two should do a radio show, Johnny and the Lunicorn. That's funny. Basement mentality. That's right. Yeah, Michael says you and I should do a radio show, Johnny and the Lunicorn. Yeah, you might have to change your name to the Lunicorn. That's up to you.
I might have to do that.
That's up to you, dude. But that's what you'll always be known as here, the Lunicorn.
I love you guys. Seriously, I do. I know I don't show up as much as I should, but
yeah, you got real reasons, though. You got real reasons, bro.
In a couple of months, we're going to be completely different. We're going to be doing games from beginning to end, me and John. But yeah, I love you guys.
Does what he
I
can
love
do.
the whole unicorn. I love the whole unicorn thing.
Now Lou will never show up on time just to run the Lunicorn.
Oh,
he'll never be on time, right? Michael says I'm too tall for this keyboard. I can already tell this is going to be a thing for every day now. The tall and short thing. He said I'm too tall for the keyboard.
There's a lot of keyboard warriors out there.
Oh, please. Yeah, right. In the old days, it was telephone tough guy. Now it's typewriter tough guy. Right? It's plenty of typewriter tough guys.
Oh man. Who was that?
Rock.
Oh,
Rock said, I'm trying to imagine all of you dwellers' personalities in the same room during any game. If we were all in the same room watching the same game together, that would be hilarious. That would be a lot of stuff going on, especially with you and Gardini.
No, I love Houdini. I promise you, I love
Gardini's great.
Houdini.
He's a great fellow dweller. He is.
He makes some crazy, trolling remarks, but I appreciate him. You know, I appreciate him. You have to be a fan and you have to love what you do to come here every single time that we're on and spit what you want to spit. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate Houdini. Yes.
Yeah, he's informative. May disagree on debates and stuff, but he does bring real knowledge. He doesn't.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
He does.
Yes, he does. So, I don't hate. I would never hate. At the end of the day, look, you're a fan. I'm a fan. John's a fan. Houdini's a fan. Australia is a fan. San Francisco is a fan. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting names. But we are all here to talk. No one's better than anybody. We don't treat you guys that we're better than you guys. We answer all your text questions, whatever. John loves this. I love this.
Right.
I miss being on here. You know what I'm saying? So we appreciate you guys. And at the end of the day, it's not going to end here. This is just baseball season. We still got football season. We got hockey season. We got Rangers. Come on, man.
Yep.
Let's go.
He's a Ranger fan also, so we're good. Michael said it's all
day.
Yeah, Raleigh, that game will have a lot of fruit plates flying. That's right. Because I don't think Lou was here today for fruit plate. I'm doing fruit plate Fridays. I ate a fruit plate in here when Desiree brought me a fruit plate down. And Raleigh and Lockport loved this so much because I was drinking water and eating a fruit plate. They're like, oh, perfect. That goes with games, right? Not beer and chips and stuff. Fruit plate and water. So we're going to be doing fruit plate Fridays, which I was supposed to start last Friday, right? But I forgot.
But we know what happened.
Well, and they called me out on it. They called me out. They're like, where's the fruit plate? I forgot. I forgot all about it. Michael said, Lou, it's all good. Me, no disrespect. Oh, yeah, it's all good here.
No, I promise you. Look, Michael, Houdini comes at me more than anybody else. And everybody else. At the end of the day, your opinion matters.
Yeah.
Okay? What you think matters. Just because I think something and you think something different, I'm going to sit here and trash you? No. Your opinion matters. We're not experts. We're not GMs. We're not nobody. You say your opinion. I say my opinion. John says your opinion. I was right saying that Familia was going to give up the booty right now, which I was right. But anyway, it's all good. It's fans talking to fans at the basement.
That's it.
I miss being here, John. I'm not going to lie to you.
I know. Do it. I missed almost a week because we had the Labor Day family reunion. We had a few things going on. And then me being the old ass that I am got wiped out. A couple games I just bounced, and one game I didn't even.
I was gonna come on that day. I promise you I was gonna
come on that day. The minute I go on, had you come on earlier, I would have stayed on. Sometimes you carry me to the end of these things, and you text me like, "Where's my link?" Like, dude, the link's been there for hours. Where you been? Yeah. What do you mean you're gonna text me now? Where's the link?
I promise you, in the next couple of months, it's gonna get a lot better.
Oh my gosh,
and I'm gonna be here. And yo, let me tell you, my cellar dwellers is gonna get crazy during football season. I promise you.
They haven't seen me do a Jet game. They have not seen anything yet. I have not seen. You have not even seen Johnny Bass until you see me do a Jet game, and that's 2 weeks. Not this Sunday because I'll be at the Giant game, but the week after, week 3, will be the rest of the season. Jets live streams right here. You guys haven't lived till you see me do a Jet game.
Oh man.
Lockport, now the Yankees are going with a committee for closer. Yes, I guess so. Well, Clay Holmes pitched last inning. Today's pitchers apparently can't pitch 2 innings in a row. But they wanted the lefty-lefty matchup is what I'm assuming. I don't know. I'm just throwing Michael said basement, dugout, same thing. Amen.
I just told you what Familia was going to do.
Hold on. Rick the Ninja said to you, that sounded like a commercial for the basement right there, Lou.
Which one?
And Rock loved it. The one you were talking about, fans, the whole spiel you just said.
I'm not gonna say
like a commercial for the basement. Man. He's laughing. Yep.
One thing about John.
Rock loved that. Huh?
I'm gonna tell you one thing about John.
No, that's gonna be a hit. Damn it! No. That scores 1 run. Now it's 7-5.
All right, he's still winning. Yeah, one thing about John, and it's one thing about me. We ain't running from you guys. I promise you, no matter who you like, who don't you like, we're gonna sit here and we're gonna eat whatever we have to eat. Look, think about it. I've been rooting for the Mets the whole entire, the whole season, and right now we stink like a gym sock coming from Planet Fitness that's been sitting there for 3 months. I got you, but I ain't going nowhere. John's not going nowhere. We're here for you. You guys motivate us. We're here for you. John, sometimes he's tired, whatever, whatever, but he's here for you and for me. But I'm here for you too.
Well, they make us want to be here.
Hell yeah. Love it.
Raleigh says, can't wait. Rock is loving it. LOL. Raleigh can't wait for the one stream where all the dwellers are in a room at the same time. We're only missing a couple, but Mikhailov only comes in on the weekends.
Hey, John,
and he's in Australia.
let's get serious one time. Do you think we can have me, you, and like 6 cellar dwellers at the same time on Zoom or Duo?
It's in the works. I have to check with our resident techie guy, but I think it's in the works.
If
we are going to have a time. We are going to have a time where we'll get you guys to call, and some guys will have contests where someone can come on and be a guest on here for a couple innings or something, or a quarter or whatever.
We should do it, John. We should do it. Just one time. Just one time.
No, you guys, we actually will. I'm going to check with my resident techie, but we will start having some trivia or whatever it is that one of you guys could actually zoom in and be on here with us for whatever, a couple of innings or a couple of quarters or whatever sport we're doing. But we're
Can I make a suggestion, John?
Make that happen, because you guys can compete to be on here with us. That
let's do one better, John. And I hope you agree with me. I hope, because we're live, so we're not going to BS. I think maybe once a week, we might have one of the cellar dwellers on, even if it's for 1 quarter, 1 inning, 1 period, just one. You know what I'm saying? Just so everybody can see each other, everybody can know each other, and everybody can sit here and still represent.
I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great idea. I do. Yeah. Raleigh says that sounds legit. Michael Jeremiah said he's going to break out the tissues. He's going to cry.
You see? Come on. I know you guys love us. Yo, I promise you guys, we do this because you guys come here every single effing either game, quarter, this, that, and you show us love. So, John, let's show them some love. Once a week, one of the dwellers.
We're going to start. Yeah, we're going to at least have one of you guys on. Let me do the calls and find out how I can. I'm pretty easy, I'm sure, but we're going to start having one of you guys on for a few innings every week. So we'll start.
Even if it's 1 inning, 1 quarter,
even if it's 1 inning, whatever.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you, cellar dwellers. If you guys come here and you mess it up, you're going to mess it up for everybody else.
No, they're not going to mess it up for everybody.
I hope not. I'm talking to you, Houdini. Look. Yeah. I'm talking to you, Houdini.
Yeah, nobody can come on here and start.
Yeah,
that's it. Raleigh just said it before you said it. He goes, can't wait to see Gardini argue live on air.
You see? Come on, man. I know it's going to be awesome.
Rock said Lumicorn, grab a Kleenex. I know, every time someone compliments you, you give us a damn story again, man. All right, we get it.
I love it.
We get it, Lou. We get it.
I'm an emotional guy.
If someone compliments you, if somebody compliments Lou again, I'm not going to read it because Lou's going to give us a 20-minute cry session again.
Look, if you guys like Games of Thrones, think of the Red Wedding.
There's another run scored. What's going on here? Pass ball, 7-6. Come on. Are we going to watch them blow this game? Pass ball. Now it's 7-6. You have 7-4 going into this inning. Am I losing my voice? And we're going to pass ball, man. Come on.
But John, I think we
now
should do
one
that
hit.
for our
Now one hit ties the game, huh?
And we should do that for the cellar dwellers.
Now one hit will tie the game.
But don't mess it up for everybody else. Don't mess it up for everybody else.
Anybody comes on here and curses or acts a fool will never be allowed on here again.
Yes, for real.
Actually, they won't be even allowed in the chat.
I mean, you can curse once, maybe twice.
No, can't curse at all.
I do too, John. I'm sorry, but just keep it family friendly. You know, we don't know who's watching, who's listening. We don't know who's looking at us
No,
for
you got
bigger and
it's no
better
cursing.
things.
You can't be cursing.
So just, you
And
know, like I said,
did he foul tip that? Come on, can you end this game? I can't believe like we're worried about blowing this game now. 7-4. You got Devers up, and if he gets on, you got Bogarts next. Come on.
come on. But I really do like that idea, John.
It's a really good idea.
Just to show people's faces to the name, whatever. But like John says, if you go left and we go right, you're gone. He gone.
Yeah, and there's no cursing or any of that stuff because that'll just get shut down. But it won't ruin it for everybody. Just ruin it for that particular person.
Exactly.
That's
we have a lot of followers that I think that we need to show, you know, love to. Which I would like to see.
I agree.
My favorite after Houdini, because Houdini's number 2. I'm not gonna lie to you, Houdini. The number 2 is Australia. What's his name again?
Mikhailov. He's here on the weekends.
Mikhailov. He should be the number 1. He should be our number 1.
Yes. Goodbye. Good night. See ya. Yankees win. Let me go through a few of these. Raleigh.
Yankees win.
Raleigh said cursing in the basement. Disgraceful. I agree, Raleigh. Lou, I forgot.
Yes.
What's your NFL team again? It's the Giants. Lou is a Giants fan. But we do agree on the Rangers, and I don't even hate the Giants. I'm going to the Giants game on freaking Sunday wearing my Lawrence Taylor jersey. So, guys, thank you for showing up. Thank you for watching this great Yankee win. Yankees win. Yankees win. If you're new in the basement, subscribe. Bell notice, hit the like button. Yes, changes are coming to the basement. Yes, we're going to start having some of you guys on.
Yes.
That's for sure. That's going to be a great thing, and we'll let you guys know. And everybody will get a chance. Everybody will get a chance each week. The regular cellar dwellers, the real regular ones, will get a chance each week to be on for a little while.
They deserve it, John. They deserve it, John.
They definitely deserve it. And you know what? Rick the Ninja, go Yanks. Yes, sir. We won. We got game 2 tomorrow. The Yankees should win that too. Boston is a cellar dweller team, not your cellar dweller, because you cellar dwellers are better than the Boston cellar dweller. So anyway, we're out tonight. Lou the Corn will be here tomorrow night. Do we even
Yes, sir.
guess? Do we dare say that?
No, I'll be here tomorrow.
Good. Don't call me.
Oh man, Atlanta's winning 4-1.
Oh boy, that's bad. All right, guys. We're in the basement. We're now out of the basement. We'll see you tomorrow night. Lou will see you tomorrow night. That's it. Subscribe, bonus, hit the like button. Keep it rolling to 1,000. By week 7, we'll be at 1,000 according to Lou.
Let's go.
We're out, fellas. We'll see you tomorrow night, 7 o'clock.